Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the 24 Hours of Lemons iRacing League. Tonight's coverage brought to you by Ryan Bauer, the Bearded Sim Racer. Powered by Top Flight Computers and Nemesis Labs Sim Rigs. Yokohama Tires. And the Faith Insurance Agency. Tonight, we're coming to you live from Lime Rock Park near Salisbury, Connecticut. And now, here is your host, Ryan Bauer.
Good evening, sim racing fans. Thank you, Josh, for the fantastic intro. Hope everybody out there is having
I've clearly been replaced. I'm going to go ahead and just log off now.
What's up, Mental? How are we doing tonight?
Hey.
We love you, Mental. Hang on.
Here's where we are tonight, Lime Rock Park. Like Josh said, in Connecticut. Cool track, and excited to debut the Formula V. All the cars tonight are on the new damage models, so I know it's a Sunduro with a low, and there's a low incident threshold tonight as well, so we're trying to encourage people to not boot the Formula V cars off, but excited to see some racing, and looking forward to the yeets that will take place in about 2.5 hours.
The yeetage should be pretty good tonight. We did some testing, actually, with the Formula Vs. Matt Sicko set up a little test session with us. We were curious to see how the Vs fared against the Pro 2 trucks, and so obviously, being Lemons aficionados as we are, we decided to just go and do such a thing. And interestingly enough, the V is so small that when you run over it with the truck, neither one of you really lose control. It's really interesting.
So you can monster truck over them with without killing each other? Nice.
Yeah, the truck kind of continues on its way. Damage models were on, and like my car was able to continue. I got plastered by a Pro 4, and we were like, oh, okay, well, this works.
Mental, I posted
and it's interesting.
Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, it's interesting you guys are talking about that right now, because the trucks do tend to go up and over, but that's super stock, or the street stock rather. That one's going to be a little alarming.
The fresh fighter.
But I hear you.
Love it.
Yeah. The fresh maca.
So do we need to have Jeff Gordon do some knockoff Mentos here?
No, I think he's got. Oh, I see someone that needs a punish livery. Let me check chat.
They've got all of those Crayola liveries. There's a pencil livery. There's a Pickle Rick livery.
Ooh, I like that. I have the
nice.
the Lemons After Dark ready for this one. Lady sent that over, so we'll check that out.
Excellent. I was just saying, also, honestly, the shape of a Formula V, if you're going to be that lazy, it could, in fact, someone, I know Lady's got a good person who does a lot of her liveries. They should go ahead and just make it an iron dildo for the iron dildo management, race management services.
I believe if you scroll down to Mr. Harrington or his teammate tonight, that may have already been taken care of. Oh, nope, he's in a big car tonight. He did share a livery the other day that we have a little iron dilly car that he had done up. So, ooh, it's Ron's personal fueling system here.
Excellent. Mouthwash and racing fuel. Oh, dear God. And punishment for shoplifting. Awesome. He's also sporting the Road Manglers, which is a component of Yokohama Tires. If you actually are racing at a Lemons race and you're on Yokohamas, and you should be, you are eligible for the Road Mangler Cup.
F's in chat for Stunt Granny who can't find his bottle opener. Got a beer but can't open it.
Oh no, that's the biggest tragedy. We're going to go ahead and just give him the I Got Screwed award for the night.
Not even close. Do you have a cigarette lighter? Do you have a screwdriver? I mean, have you ever been to a racetrack? You can open a beer with anything. Come on, that's a skill problem.
I would like to note that Ron here on the side of his car has a couple of names on there, one being himself and then another one being another gentleman that has recently joined our ranks. His name's Raj, and interestingly enough, they have known each other since the first grade.
Nice. Love to see it.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, imagine knowing Ron that long. Wow.
I hadn't thought about it like that. Good perspective. All right, let's check out the Lemons After Dark livery. Yep, it's a good time to refresh. So far, we have 13 teams out here tonight. Looks like one Class A, or the street stocks, I should say. We've got 4 or 5 of the GT4s and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Class Cs. It's I think it's 4 Formula Vs and 3 Miatas. We'll come back to Chris once he leaves his pit stall.
Okay, might be doing a driver change.
Let's welcome Stunt Granny to the broadcast booth. Welcome, Stunt Granny. Maybe.
How y'all doing?
Hey,
Hey,
there
buddy.
he is.
I push the talk set here 1 sec.
Yeah, you're fine.
Because, by the way, we're getting all kinds of suggestions of how to open this beer. You can use a
End
well,
wrenches,
I don't know what that is from Car It's it's a twist off.
It's a twist off.
Yeah, that's a twist off.
Wah,
Oof.
wah. Sad trombone.
Oh, yeah, I don't have that button ready. I need to get that one. Here we go.
Fatality.
Close enough.
So let me get this straight. You had a twist off beer and you was looking for a tool to open it. Come on.
I didn't know it was
He's a
twist
tool, all right?
off. Exactly. I didn't know it was a twist off at the time. Just the brewery. I don't buy beer all that often, so this was a new occasion for me.
Speaking of Lady A, there she is.
Insert I remember my first beer joke.
Oh, shiny! I love that.
Yeah,
Giga
killing it
Blast
with the
and the
spec
vineyard
maps.
on the roof. Yes.
Now there is a special thing here with this. Okay, in memory of a good morning, motherfuckers. Nice.
Oh yeah.
In memory of a VTuber, I believe, if I remember correctly from her Twitter post today. Beautiful
damn.
machine as always. Killing it, lady.
Right.
Very good.
Looks like
Very
she's partnered with Mr. Adler tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right. that'd be a
Mandatory
good-
2 teams tonight. Nate's mixing it up a little bit, so I guess with the all the endurance racing in the air right now, it's the time to embrace that element here at the 24 Hours of Lemons iRacing League. Tyler's
There
saying
might
he
be a
just
handful
finished
of
his
people.
paint. You have time. You're
excellent.
good. Yes, very good.
Say there might be a few folks listening as they make their way back from New Jersey Motorsports Park, and Amanda Tully, who has on occasion made an appearance in this league and shows up occasionally for the Everyone Racers League, won the Index of Fluency by bringing and campaigning the oldest car Lemons has ever seen.
I have to hear about this car.
It's a 1937 Buick. She had her regular car, her very fast BMW, and then she brought some of her extended team. Our buddy Pantless Matt, Dr. Florida
Nice.
Man was there,
Boost by boost.
Alex Levinson. Yeah, so it was a very successful effort. Her father owned that car for a while, and she'd been building it in secret.
Nice.
That sounds like it's a shoe-in for an IOE winner, isn't it? Unless that's a spoiler.
No, she did win.
Definitely spoiler
Awesome.
there. Yep.
Uh-oh. Well, whoops.
Yeah, the race is over.
No wheel champion machine here for the Hesser brothers.
Okay, on the hood of the Hesser Brothers here, the Car Talk, I tossed a thing in chat a while back of the 2 guys from Car Talk, and it was literally "Don't drive like my brother, don't drive like my brother," and I tagged both of the Hessers, and
Perfect.
evidently they've run
Yeah.
with it.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you look on the
That's
side
great.
of the car, they've got the 2 actual the characters that the click and clack.
Oh yeah,
Played
I
in
just
the
watched.
film.
Yes.
Yeah, I just watched Cars 3 yesterday with my daughter. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
totally. Yep.
Did they make a cameo in that one? I've never seen Cars 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually it was a bit it was kind of sad
Yeah.
because the movie got released after, but they made a very graceful exit,
Yep. True that.
Right on.
and it was actually in retrospect a sad but really kind of classy the way they went out.
For those of you that are not in sim that are here in the broadcast booth, I posted a live timing link so you can see if you care to see more than what's on the overlay.
Ooh. Let's
Ooh,
see.
fancy. Let me-
Yep, it's a little web link there in the just above us in the chat. So
Ain't no rest for the quickest, I guess is what that says. It looks like a 2. I don't know. I have to find out about that one. See what our friend Hex
BMW
Valentine.
M4. We have not seen one of these.
Ah, here we go.
before.
Looks like Tyler Stank and our friend Hex Valentine teaming up here.
Oh, there
the
we
board,
go.
yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, very
Very
nice.
Bridgeport boring heads.
Because BMWs are always boring.
Boring.
Well placed. Love it.
Nice.
I think though,
Nice job, Tyler.
if my elephant likes memory serves me correctly, I think we have had the M4 here before, but just never in an enduro race.
I think it's
Excellent.
according to Nate, this is the BMW's premiere here on iRacing, as well as the Formula V here on the Lemons iRacing League. Let me double check that information. Yes.
Yeah, because that was a
BMW M4.
huge update.
Yes.
That came out this. In fact, I would have got up yesterday and did it,
Nice.
knowing that it was going to take a while.
Could have sworn though it was one of the trash races, the Irwindale with the jump. Might have been a long time ago. I don't remember. Different
Gotcha.
BMW, perhaps. They all look the same to me because they're boring.
The lime rock and the coconut. That's awesome.
God damn it! Now that song is stuck in my head.
Very nice.
Yeah, the
Third
official
wagon.
racing for Zach. Excellent.
Yep.
Yes.
Good shit. Love it. I don't know who Zach is, but it's a great livery.
Very nice.
Zach was I believe he was a good friend of Andy Warichka. And he left us here not too long ago, and I believe it was a battle with cancer, if I remember correctly. And so he's been running the lime and the coconut thing on
Nice.
a lot
Yeah,
of his
I've
cars. A
seen
lot
that.
of us has. That was actually a tattoo that he had,
Nice.
and so it was a nice little memoriam for him as he was battling cancer and eventually lost his battle.
Yeah, well, appreciate you guys giving him a tribute like that. I really hate cancer, man. I know everybody does, and you probably get tired of hearing that, but
Well,
life's too
and,
short for that shit.
The official quote: "Cancer sucks."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mirrors Alpha Tully, fingers up for Aaron, F cancer.
Love it.
What's going on here?
We've seen the Futos. It's like Mentos with Dave Grohl for the Foo Fighters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Hella sweet.
Which was actually one of their earliest videos.
Is
oh,
this a-
cicada.
I was gonna say it's a cicada.
Oh
That's
yes.
Spot on.
Very nice. And it,
Yes.
and
Nice
it
job.
only works in shadows. That is some next level.
Oh, man.
And
I mean,
interestingly enough, on the East Coast, I think this might be how Cameron came up with this one. On the East Coast this year, there is a special breed of cicada. You know, cicadas are normally about 17 years old. They go underground for about 17 years. They pop up, they crawl up a tree, shell out, make their funny noises, they mate, and then they die. But this particular breed of cicada, they don't come out every year. The entire race of them literally only comes out once every 17 years. And so ever since scientists found them, they've only been able to study them for like 3 years ever, because it takes so long for them to come back the next time around.
I did not know. I know that they were talking about it. It was an unusual year because they're everywhere. I was not aware that was a
Insert
special
the more
breed.
you know with LeVar Burton.
Sorry, I can't voice LeVar Burton. I can do a few guys, but he's not one of them.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
I don't think anyone really can. He kind of owns that stuff.
Jordy for the win, though. That's all I gotta say about that.
You bet.
Oh, yeah.
There's still an effort underway that they want him to be the new host of Jeopardy.
I would be okay with that. I thought
Yeah,
That's got my vote.
I
I've
thought
signed that.
Blossom
like
did a good
everybody
job.
would.
I thought she did a good job. Yeah.
Find somebody that goes, oh, that LeVar Burton, can't stand him. Nobody. It's
Right?
Everybody loves him.
Who's ready for
we got
safe
a lot
fun?
going on here.
Scooty Poof Jr. See some Futurama. Is Fishy Joe's? Yeah, Slurm,
yes.
Futurama. Yeah.
Bachelor Chow, Fishy
Oh, yeah.
Joe's. Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
this is a pure.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
This is great. I like this.
They actually had found a website that has nearly every single advertisement from Futurama listed on it. And it's just all kinds of them. There's just a plethora.
I'm not sure what the
A
context is,
plethora.
but Katie is asking how high could you climb if you had sticky nipples? Great question.
I
Are we
imagine that
talking-
comes down to, there's got to be like a fitness component to that because you've got to, there's
It's hard to
some
lift
chest
your own body
muscles
weight.
involved.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like it's
yeah,
like doing a
you don't
pull-up.
have you won't have the leverage from being able to use your arms. It's all about how much you can flex your pecs. So
Yeah, I'm
I'd
screwed.
say maybe a foot if I'm lucky.
Yeah, I would
But
say
then you
not-
also have
not
to
high.
take into the account the coefficient of friction of sweat. and possibly chest hair, depending. That's a pretty scientific question.
We need
Well, if
some.
you're climbing carpet, I feel like the chest hair would help.
Agreed.
Sort of a Velcro action, yeah.
Yeah. So we did get a little bit of an explanation on the. So Zach was actually Harry Nilsson's son, who actually wrote that song, "The Lime and the Coconut." Hence the tie-in.
Excellent, excellent.
A little sideways, Mr. Valentine. All right. This is an interesting livery because they did it post-wreck. It looks like that one's filthy.
Yeah, it's like pre-patinaed, and it's got the Mayspin references on it because it's a Haas car. So, I'm guessing that's what his car.
Haas Vidania.
Guessing that's what his.
Kamrad.
Oh yes. Oh, the number has been wiped down, so you can still see it. This is great.
Mr. Mayspin. Nice. Ooh, that's a there's your thumbnail so far.
Wiping that one out. Yeah, that's going to take the number right out.
What is traction control anyways? Come on.
Yeah.
As you notice, that was a BMW taking a corner without his turn signal.
I mean, that's bold of you to assume they have it from the factory.
Oh no, that's an option of an option of an option on one of the rare packages, but it's been discontinued.
It's one of those secret packages. You got to ask the dealer in person. Say the.
I need the anti-prick package on my car.
Yeah, that's going to be next door in the Mercedes dealer.
Yeah. So what's going on with this guy? Is it another banana, but homemade?
That's a rotten banana.
Oh, something's going on there, but there's some trees in the way.
I feel like we're on a nature show watching something
here we go.
shouldn't see.
Done. Come on.
There was some coordinated yeeting going on here. Looks like Lady A.
Let's see.
Oh,
Ouch! That's
Glorious.
neither
Two wedges a ramp does not make.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Square shot. Very nice.
he even like hit her nose to hit her brakes
Bang
to
on.
drop the nose a little bit, and still not going to happen.
Oh, no,
man.
Oh,
In on the action. Surprise butt sex.
Bear Pope.
that
Surprise!
was glorious. That was glorious. Let's see that one again in slow mo one more time.
What does it say on the side of the street stock? I think it might be fitting.
Ain't no rest for the quickest.
Yeah.
Tookest, because it looks like a two. Oof.
Oh yes. This is fantastic.
I like the Miata tire that bounces over the first concrete barrier, bounces off the second one.
Oh wow!
I think it cleared. I think it
And then
cleared.
hits the end of the universe and bounces back.
Yeah, let's find
Freedom.
out. Let's find out. Let's stick with the Mustang. Or let's stick with.
Let's see.
We'll keep the camera on Lady A and watch the tire.
All right. Clears the
And
first
it's just-
barrier.
it hits the wall.
Second.
Oh,
Third
yes!
time. Oh,
Ah,
We
yes.
got
it's
over
out.
2 out of 3. It went into the void. Very cool.
That's like that scene in the first Herbie movie when their tire comes off and just bounces all the way down the mountain, and they just watch it keep going.
So shout out to our friend
Amazing.
Santiago Iglesias, who won his class this weekend at the rally.
Fantastic. You know, he is actually
Sweet.
he's becoming a bit of a not you just
A bit of an alien?
He won that class outright for the season last year, even with a shortened season. And if I'm not mistaken, did the same thing in 2019. He is becoming just the hammer of the two-wheel drive class in that region. I mean, obviously, some serious talent, but that
Great
is
looking race
you
car,
know,
too.
that is a
Yeah, he
Yeah,
just
that is
just
a
had that
good-
livery put on there. It's a really fine looking car.
Yeah, that's handsome.
does his own wrench work and tows it with an old school big B-body Caprice wagon.
Shout
I
out
believe it might be a
to
Roadmaster.
I can never remember who KV is on Discord. I think it might be Carl Edward, maybe.
Yes, that's Carl. Yep.
Carl, thank you for sending me the pictures, and he won his class at the SOFR rally this weekend. So, and very good, Carl. And Carl says just drove 8 hours home, and more seat time is a no-go, but he'll be hanging out in the chat. So, oh, there's Santiago in the chat. Very good.
Hey, winner. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, congrats, dude. That's awesome. So far we've put the Lemons After Dark livery on. I don't know where it is.
One of the Formula V's.
Yeah, it's on one of them, but I think it's one that's still not in the on the track. Keep looking.
Well, just under 10 minutes left in this practice session. If you're just tuning in, this is the iRacing 24 Hours of Lemons Enduro. So we're going to be, it's mandatory teams, just the one track. We're running Miatas, Formula V's, street stocks, got some GT4 cars out here, yep. BMWs, the McLaren, the Porsche.
Yep.
So
like the fishing lure.
The fishing lure right in front of us, yeah.
Or is that the left shark?
Yes, one of the two.
I don't know if it is the left shark, but I do know what I'm going to be working on in eye paints later.
Oh, yes, same.
There's been some absolutely amazing liveries popping up for those little cars. The creativity is just exploding.
Hey, what's interesting, too, is there's a Crayola sent out a tweet, and they had someone make up all 64 colors.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Done up like the crayons, which is fantastic.
Only the cool kids have the 64
Yep.
pack.
Yeah, I saw that one on Reddit, and we checked it out. Every single car, like he did all the striping, the badging, the name of the color, the whole shoot and match. They're absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that is, not a lot of surface area and a ton of creativity.
That is great. All we need is a sharpener, and then we're all set there.
Absolutely. Which then invariably gets clogged up, but
I think the idiot inside here might be referring to the latest Computex thing that Intel had, where if anybody watches any of the tech news, Intel really flopped on their latest thing. He's
also obviously not
hilarious.
Pleased with the governor of Michigan. If you go to the hood on that one.
Maybe they're related.
It could also just be some simple. It could also be some simple self-deprecation. You never know. I put that on my cars.
True that.
Oh, the ultimate self-deprecation. I made myself a really nice but terrible sign to paste on cars. So if anybody in the iRacing circuit here wants a but terrible arrow, hit me up. I got a perfect one.
I think I've already got that already. I'm gonna make my debut with that next time we race 87s.
Oh goodness, Santiago telling us that the Roadmaster actually still broken. He his hardworking crewman has been pulling that car around for him. That awesome looking BRZ.
Pulling it with what though? By hand?
I'm gonna go with some sort of Super Duty truck probably.
We'll have to see.
I'm really hoping that the Roadmaster was not damaged by a small rodent under the engine bay, because that would be too much of a coincidence.
Quick with the F's in chat for the idiot inside Porsche. Lost a wheel on that one.
So Santiago says 3500 GMC. So
there we go.
Roughly the same duty class.
Yeah. He's using a truck.
Like for its honest to God purpose.
Yes.
We talk about how great it is that the Formula V will only do 90 miles an hour.
Yes, and has only 4 speeds. I actually got up a little early this morning and was doing practice laps around Laguna Seca. It is.
What'd you think?
So much fun. I love it. I've been trying to convince myself I need a Formula V in meat space. There's one on Facebook Marketplace that's been taunting me for about 6 months now.
Well, Mental, if you'd like to build one out here in the Omaha area, I've kind of got the hookup. We've kind of got the Volkswagen market cornered with a few friends of mine, so we could put one together from scratch if you want.
Not for that, but we need to talk about a Type 4 motor and transmission for one of my 914s.
Well, I know someone who just pulled out a Type 4 motor, helped her with the swap. Yes.
Yeah, that one. That was actually waiting.
Are we all thinking
Austin.
about the same person here?
Yeah, that was waiting for me in Austin.
Here we go.
I emailed his company, the shipping company they used to get the replacement there, and I have not gotten any estimates back. And now I think I'm going to start poking around on Uber Ship. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Just a little tiny shout out to Dick Ass, but I have owned. I have had in my possession at least one, usually about 4 sets of Chuck Taylor since I was 12 years old. This is awesome.
I've got
I
me
have
a
wide
set
ass
right
feet,
now.
so I
Love
can't
'em.
do chucks, but I do love the look for sure.
I don't like shoes with a lot of arch support. I run with minimalist running shoes, and I love people like, how are your feet not always hurting? And it's just the way my feet. I love chucks.
Oh man, I wish I could wear chucks as well. That's great.
So I just
If
need
there was
Lady.
if there was an award for best paint scheme, this one's got my vote right now.
I think
Yes.
this is the one that Lady did for the punishment livery. Lady, you can double check me, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, this is
I
a
didn't
punishment.
look
livery.
at it for. Yeah, I didn't look
Okay,
at it
because
first.
that's like not a punishment at all. That's like freaking
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, this
Lady
is
A,
the opposite.
send me this. If this is yours, I would love.
I've got the
to
TJ.
have
I can
this.
send it to you. Yeah.
That'd be fantastic. I love it. I'm going to change the color to match the chucks that I usually wear, but this is awesome.
Yeah, is this the punishment livery, lady?
She says
She
I
said
see
she
a
see
shoe.
a shoe.
Oh,
It's not
it's
hers.
not- it's not-
No,
oh.
okay, no.
Okay,
But still, this is great.
Still, yeah.
Well, this is how you don't get a punishment livery. You do something
Well,
this awesome.
Then
Yes.
I wonder who it was that
I
that
think
I put
hers
it
was
on.
the cicada. I think it was these guys, but maybe it actually refreshed or something because I know they were talking about trading paints earlier.
Oh. Maybe Lady can let us know if
Let's
it's
see.
similar to the other Lemons After Dark. Chris?
So yeah, cicada wouldn't necessarily be an after dark style, but it's a.
Nicely done.
Maybe if it had some neon on it, like the last ones.
The neon cicada. Boy, that sounds like a strip bar.
I think we may have lost a car. That may have been what
That
happened.
sounds like one of Seth Meyers' jokes, maybe.
Neon cicada also sounds like a wonderful livery, maybe for next week, which
Yeah.
is
Sounds like
going to
my
be Gladiator and Trash Sprints, isn't it? Next Sunday.
Shout out to Sir Hans Wolf in the Twitch chat. That's a new name that I've seen tonight. So welcome to the party.
Glad to have you here, dude.
Welcome to the carnage.
Brace yourself.
Windy as dicks at Lady's house. Is it headed south? Because then it's headed my way.
It's like helicopters or what? I'm confused all of a sudden, trying to picture that.
Oh, well,
Whatever makes
thank
something
you.
Aztecs.
Well, thank you for following for a year and tuning in and getting in on the chat. I have a terrible
Absolutely.
memory, but I'm glad you're here.
And
are
if
glad
you've
you're
not watched the Lemons racing before, clearly you're going to have an expectation of professionalism, and visually you're going to get that. But commentary-wise, nope, this is a whole different ball of wax. So we apologize for all the disappointment. None of it is his fault.
I don't apologize. I think it's great. If you don't like it, you can get out.
I mean, disappointment's kind of like our brand, isn't it?
Yeah, see, we're on brand. I think that's.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure who's a bigger fan of ours, if it's Eric or Jay, but I think that we're so on brand makes it work. So, shout out to those guys for putting all this together for us too.
I would actually say the bigger fan is Eric. Not that Jay doesn't care, but I don't think Jay has ever tuned into this.
Yeah, he came on one time and then never again.
Yeah, I think like he understands it as a concept, but he just doesn't know why. But it works and it makes people happy, so he leaves it alone. 90 seconds before the start of this Sunduro.
More yeetage. Let's
Love
see
the
what we got.
radiator.
Who else is going to die tonight?
Oh, wow, that wheel just went straight to hell.
Rotor
Both front
tiller.
wheels
Oh man, that looks
went to
awesome.
hell. 60 miles an hour wind gusts. Well, stay safe, Lady A. That
Look,
sucks.
I checked on the storms there. They're kind of moving towards the south, Greensboro area, so
Oh, okay.
not
right
too
on.
awful terrible, but a little bit breezy, a little rainy, it looks like.
Yeah, Greensboro's about 45 minutes from here.
All of that is a 2-day drive for me.
Not terrible. Oh yeah, Vegas. Yeah, that is terrible. 2 days. That's terrible.
I live in the middle of nowhere. I'm actually wanting to start a petition to change the name of Omaha to Middle of Nowhere.
When I lived there,
Geographic
we
Go ahead.
joked that it was one of the mini Fucketsvilles. You know, those were the pioneers that were on their way to California, and then the wagon broke around Omaha, and they just went, fuck it, we're here.
That's almost exactly how Bellevue started. Bellevue started before Omaha, but that is very close to their history. That was kind of the, this is good enough.
We'll make some money charging people to cross a river. It'll be fine.
So in case you missed it, here's a look at where we are tonight again as we're getting ready for the starting grid. And we're at Lime Rock Park up here in glorious, glorious Lakeville, Connecticut.
Way up north. This is great.
If you sniff really hard, you can almost smell maple syrup.
One of the great Paul Newman's favorite places. All right. That is a fascinating lineup.
14
Looking
teams
good.
out here tonight, waiting on Travis Nelson to grid, and then we'll roll off. We've got, we can go through the starting grid since there's not very many.
All right.
Fantastic.
Yep. Eric Bureau
Do
and
we
Max
have a
Lupfer on
lap?
the front row.
All right, we've got
Yep.
a lap. There we go.
Nice. I think it's a short lap. They're probably going to hang a right. Pace car's going to hang a right, and we'll go.
Unless
Chad and
somebody
Chris
just
on row
cheats and
2.
goes right through it.
Andy
Not
and
the race cars
Raj.
into that.
I'm disappointed that it's
cheat
not the generic
already.
sedan, though. That's disappointing.
Yeah. Porsche's on brand for us. No, it's not. I'm not. It's not even close.
Here we go.
All right, you're right. They went and pulled off, and I think the Formula V's have already hit it. Just no one's noticed yet, so they're full full
Yes.
tilt.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like a swarm of angry bees.
As the race starts, so we've got 8 teams, or 11. Here we go. All right, yeah, you told us
14.
14 teams. We need to pick a random number between 1 and 14.
9.
9 it shall be.
Oh.
All right, so we'll on to that one.
Already, someone's dead. Who we got?
No. No one's dead. Just a little. That,
I like the left front wheels
Wow,
wobbling.
look at that. Now that
a
is
little wobbly.
wow. Well done, Bill from Physics. That is you have actually earned your check this week. That was impressive.
Oh, I tell you, mentally, when I first hopped in the V the other night, I took a little bit of damage from another car, a little bump, and as I came into a corner, the left front wheel was stable, but the harder I went into the corner, it started to wobble, got really bad, and then fell off. It was like the bearing just worked its way out, and it was like progressive. It absolutely looked amazing.
That is awesome. Oh, I've done that in meat space. It totally sucks.
I'm getting ready to do a wheel bearing on my car. I've already done the same wheel bearing like 3 times.
Your
I'm
race
not
car,
even
your
race-
personal,
My
I'll say your
personal car. Yeah, it's not even a race car.
Which turn are you taking that hard all the time?
Well, Interstate 80 through Omaha is nice and straight.
Yeah, I remember
the-
when they were building it forever. Or
Those
widening
exits
it.
work pretty good at about 110.
Which exit?
Pick one. They all have a nice bank to them nowadays.
Well, some, yeah, but like you get off on 70 seconds, just a straight shot, and then but the
Oh, no, someone's-
So saw that coming.
There's the wobbly wheel. Look at that.
Here it
He
comes.
busted a ball
That was a-
joint.
that was
That's
a little
punishment
bit of a
enough.
that was
Oh,
a bit
wow.
of a dick move.
The thing's vibrating like crazy.
And around he goes.
Oh. All right.
I thought
Something like
Chuck
lap
Taylor's
2.
though with their flat
Something like lap
bottoms actually.
3 of a 117 lap race.
Well, you win it in the first lap. That's how that works.
Absolutely. Give up nothing in the first corner. Otherwise, you're a loser.
Second place is the first loser.
Oh, geez, oh, Pete. Spencer, why don't you catch that McLaren?
In the same class, just floor it. You can do it.
Don't you know?
Just draft up on him a bit there. You've got it.
Well, I was trying to do like a Midwest thing because it's geez, oh, Pete versus Wisconsin crap.
You forgot to use the word ope.
Don't you know?
Oh, don't you know? Get some ranch dressing there.
Oh, sure, yeah, you betcha. All right.
When you pass in the Midwest, you always say, oh, just going to squeeze right past you there.
Okay. Settling in for 2 hours. Now, as folks
This
start
is
to go into
nothing.
class, yeah, this is a. Somebody said I'm gonna. Go ahead. You gonna squeeze right past me there? It's okay.
Well, I was going to say I'm going to need more beers for this. Hopefully the rest of them are twist-offs too.
Yeah, I was literally about to hop up and go grab myself a couple of drinks. So if I need anything while I'm up, yeah, all right.
Got myself some rum and watermelon, so I'm all fueled up.
Is that which brand is that? That sounds like something I haven't tried yet.
Oh, it's just a white rum with actual like watermelon and cranberry juice.
I genuinely figured this was a Claw or a knockoff Claw, because everybody's getting in the hard seltzer business these days.
We are sophisticated at Gomer's house. We go top shelf at Walmart. Okay.
The actual watermelon. That sounds fantastic.
I was at the Walmart outside of Hallett Speedway in Oklahoma, running. Actually, it was the Midwestern folks, the Dead Pedal Racing team, and we found the new hard seltzer from Topo Chico, of all people. The infamous glass bottle mineral water. They're now in the hard seltzer business, and those were fantastic.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to keep my eyes peeled. Some of those really kind of jump on my thing. I either like a nice hard German or a English lager, or I like those really zippy, crazy fruit drinks.
You said you like a hard log.
You said log.
Sorry, I just watched Beavis and Butthead Do America. It's free on YouTube for anybody out there. Oh yeah, let me do the Randy Bish call. Let me try that real quick.
One more.
There we go. But yeah, there's some great old school movies that are free on YouTube. And by old school, I mean like 90s and 2000s and 80s and good stuff.
Old school to me.
Yeah,
I'll take
me
it.
too. Yep.
Back when creativity was a thing.
I got a little annoyed because up until just a few months ago, all of the episodes of Hardcastle and McCormick you could find on YouTube. And I think CBS is now getting ready to sell subscriptions to their whole library, so they've been pulling them down.
All access. Give us all your money, and we'll give you access to some of the stuff.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. There we go. There's some racing.
Trying to scare him, or is he just losing control? I can't tell.
It was one of those things where they were trying to get out of the way as the GT4 was going around him, which is a lovely time to remind people that when racing in meat space, your job is not to get out of the way. Your job is to be predictable.
That applies to everyday driving, but meat space especially.
But if you do become unpredictable in your everyday driving, we know some folks that can help. Faith Insurance Agency has got you covered.
Man, I am really about to lose my job. That was just frigging awesome. Man.
Smooth.
Hey, you know, you got to have a Padawan learner mental, and I feel like I'm fitting that role.
So it sounds like you're safe then, mental. He said Padawan and not, Sith. The Sith always kill their masters eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah, we don't have that rule that there can only be one. We're okay with multiples.
So after starting DFL, the Hesser brothers are up to P4 overall and third in the GT4 class.
The surprise of, no one. When they're not trying to take each other out, they're very fast.
Brian
They're
Davidson
evidently
asking
driving
about
like my brother.
Used Cars with Kurt Russell. Is that a movie? I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, it is a fantastic movie. You guys are killing me. And according to my very brief search on YouTube, it is in fact available. We'll see if it actually. It's a playlist, but none of them is over 2 minutes. So I'm gonna say,
Well, the nice thing about those is you can check it out and see if it's something you're interested in getting yourself that way.
Oh, and used cars. It is actually not from the 1980s. It is from 1980. Kurt Russell.
Oh God, that was close.
A brilliant film.
Can you go blasting? Excuse me.
It looks like used cars was from 1980, so it's almost as old as I am, and directed and written by Robert Zemeckis. We all love him.
Oh,
he's great.
Yes,
and this is Kurt Russell when he was still young and attractive.
Ooh, bonus.
Now he's old and attractive, but Oddly enough, my search on YouTube for used cars with Kurt Russell also brought up a highlight from Corvette Summer in 1978, which featured Annie Potts and Mark Hamill.
Oh, I was just going to say, I thought Mark Hamill was in that one.
Yes.
Nice.
And Annie Potts is the one that plays the grandmother on Young Shelton.
That is quite an excellent combination.
She was this receptionist in Ghostbusters too.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Thank you for calling Ghostbusters. No, the boys are all out today.
She was briefly on Saturday Night Live, and her more famous role was as one of the add-on cast in Designing Women.
Oh man, I remember that show.
Absolutely. Born and raised in Atlanta. That was mandatory watching in my house.
Nice battle here for second overall between Matt Sitko in the street stock and Spencer trying to chase him down in this Porsche GT4.
Looking like a sledgehammer versus scalpel thing going on here.
Absolutely.
This is great.
On our Monday night E1R race league, Uncle Dave tends to favor the street stock Camaro, and he has done a fantastic job of getting that thing to handle. And he is surgical with that sledgehammer.
He literally has possibly coined the term fine adjustment tool when it comes to a sledgehammer.
They're neck and neck. Looks like the Porsche's taking the lead here. Slam the door.
If you're gonna do the old timey thing, let me do this for full effect.
Oh, hang on. I gotta get warmed up for this one.
Oh yes, my mid-Atlantic accent is coming out again.
All right, Dateline, Connecticut. Those silly Germans have brought one of their ass-engine Nazi cars to try and take on the best of America. But don't worry, folks. They're coming at them with a mullet and a 1980s soundtrack from the future featuring a band called Van Halen. And don't forget, Camels are the smoothest smokes, and your doctor recommends them for pregnant ladies. Camels unfiltered.
Oh, you said it better than I could, Mental.
This is why I am still a Padawan.
And we're
Gotta
back
love
to reality.
That was spot on.
Yes, I concur. Oh, Ben Coughlin's
This is
down in chat. He says, wait,
Yeah.
this isn't Google. Seems to be lost here. But are you? Are you, Finn? Or have you found us finally?
He may actually be in the right spot.
Perhaps the internet knows you better than you think.
Google knows best.
So it is interesting. You guys were talking earlier about the new damage model and how you were encouraging less yeetage unless it's the gladiator races, which will be next week. So, and just the natural progression, and I think to a degree, a pretty good selection of talent across the board with everyone that drives here. This is really turning out to be, despite Lemon's best efforts, a really good race. I mean, there's some. We've had a few little love taps, but this is settling in and throwing down. And then I think pit strategy is actually going to start playing into this.
I'm having a hard time finding stuff to riff on. Oh no, the Hessers are in the grass.
And we spoke too soon.
Oh, no, but hey, it's still an hour and 47 minutes left in this one, and never underestimate the Hesser brothers when they are not trying to take well, don't underestimate it when they are trying to take each other out. That's even funnier.
And it's just the broadcaster's curse.
Oh, man.
As demonstrated.
As I was saying,
Broadcast, you're right. Yep, broadcaster's curse coming out of that one. Got a little light.
It's like a bit of snap oversteer.
And honestly, that is the most stoic corner worker in the history of ever. Didn't even flinch.
He must have been paid off.
that's Gerald. He's actually special needs. From what I hear, he's blind.
Clearly deaf as well.
I had a similar incident a few years ago at pit race. I was in a supercharged Triumph TR7 with a welded diff in the pouring rain, and eventually that caught up to me. Came off and slid probably 350, 400 feet in the grass right at a tire station. And the guy had the time to look at me and start backing up to the other side of his corner station behind the wall of tires. And I looked at him and shrugged because the car was just sliding on grass and there was nothing, wet grass, and there was nothing I was going to be able to do about it.
Sliding in slow motion.
Yeah.
It's like the Scooty Puff Jr. there. I was blowing a little bit of smoke.
That is actually a feature on the Formula V. When you're giving it the stink, when you back out of it or when you let off to shift, it will actually burp a nice little puff of smoke out that little stinger pipe in the back, as a Volkswagen should.
That's
Because
cute.
they're oil cooled.
I did manage to get the oil up to almost 280 degrees on the Nürburgring in one of those things the last couple of days.
Wow. I'm impressed you took one all the way around the Nürburgring.
Oh,
That's dedication.
Me and Tyler were actually seeing just how bad/good they were, and I did manage a speed of 106 on one of the back sections of the track because I was going downhill.
I bet
Shout out
if
to
you
Brian
paired
Davidson
up
in
with
chat.
somebody,
How you doing?
oh yep, if you paired up with someone that drove something that punches a big hole in the air, like an 87, I wonder if you could
Ooh.
get one of those things up to 110, maybe
Josh-
on the super speedway or something.
Santiago's asking what your lap times were in Green Hill.
Oh man, I want to say it was mid 9 minutes for just the Nordschleife, and then I think Tyler said he was running 11 something for combined, so that includes the Grand Prix. No, you know, nowhere near optimal, obviously, because it was the first day they were out, and you're just kind of screwing with them. But you'd be surprised how good they really were. They are planted. Once you get a little heat in the tires, you can just send them.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, is the appeal of them in meat space. Maximum speed, according to Tyler, was 174 kilometers an hour.
That would be just about right. Yep, 100 kilometers an hour is about 62 miles an hour.
No. It's see, 120 is 75. Have to look it up.
It should be 90. Their top speed's 90, I believe, down a hill.
Yeah.
On flat ground, I couldn't get it above, like the straightaway on the Nürburgring, I think I tapped like 94 miles an hour. And so, yeah, on a nice flat piece of ground, it's low 90s, is about all you're getting out of it, unless you got a draft.
A quick check of the Googles tells me that 174 kilometers an hour is 108 miles an hour.
He probably hit that shortly after the jump early on in the Nordschleife, because you've got a little bit of a downhill,
Triple
and
digits.
it'll pull it up.
Triple digits.
Oh, yeah.
And a puff of
Still
smoke.
terrifying, no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually surprisingly good. I was less skitchy in this little hunk of junk than I was in Skippy. It's really a fun little car.
Not helping my meat space lust, for one.
I can't help that mental. It's got a Volkswagen badge stamped somewhere on it. It's kind of my addiction / disease.
Yes, but you have a good Volkswagen addiction, oil-cooled, as opposed to all the new water-cooled stuff.
My daily driver is a Mark III VR6, and I have a 1982 Rabbit Caddy.
I think we talked about this before, too, and we were talking about Tom Lamino, who finally got his 16V swapped Golf running, and then fried it the first race day.
There's actually a little bit of an interesting story behind that. On practice, they were having a lot of issues and popped the cylinder head off and found that the work that they had done on the cylinder head was extremely subpar. And so they sourced a spare from, I'm guessing, just someone local out there, because 16 valves aren't terribly hard to find. And they slapped it on, and it ran for about 5 laps, and then blew the bottom end's guts all over the place. So he's going to go with a 2.5 out of one of the newer ones next time.
And then when he got it home, the kill switch short-circuited, caught fire in his garage.
Oh, I hadn't heard that yet. I haven't talked to him since early this morning, I think.
Yeah, he posted it in our Slack channel. And if you want to hear more about Tom's disaster with his Volkswagen, tune in Monday night for the E1R race. In fact, tomorrow night, we're going to be doing an all Formula V race at New Jersey Motorsports Park for our first race. And our second one, we'll do a standard. Usually we do a tune-up for what our Lemons is running. But this week, Lemons is going to be Gladiator. So we're just going to go back to New Jersey Motorsports Park. All Formula Vs for the first race because it's a free car, and then we'll do something interesting with the second one, GT3s and 87s and big meaty fast stuff to have some fun with it. And if you would like to join us, it's at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock Eastern time, 6 and 7 on the Good Coast. It's password protected. Just get a hold of us at everyone.racers@gmail.com or at any of our social media. I'll be happy to give you the password and our Discord link. The Discord is basically a bunch of 12-year-olds in a middle school locker room type humor, but we have fun.
I've been there. I can confirm it. It is a blast.
You know, with all the Lemons prep that's been going on over the last couple of weeks, I thought there was a car going into a tire wall. There was just one of the pits. With a lot of the Lemons prep that we've had the last few weeks, some of our E1R regulars hadn't been there, and some of the back and forth between a couple of the members, it was just kind of missing, and we tried to fill in with the same kind of back and forth with some of our other members, and it just wasn't the same. So we're specifically looking forward to Tom and Dave being able to join us again.
It is a definite.
Jack this thing up.
Yeah,
Nice.
Phantom Pit Crew. Ooh, Ghost Pit Crew.
That's the only way a V's gonna pop a wheelie.
Oh, look, I'm a ghost.
I have a friend that has a 212cc Honda clone engine that's pushing almost the same horsepower as a Formula V. It's on a mini bike, but yeah.
That's awesome. On the subject of interesting things you could do with some of those retro Honda engines, two of my co-hosts, they have a old school, like 60s, 70s era snowblower. And the old Briggs & Stratton gave out, so they went down to Harbor Freight and put a Predator motor on it, which now has double the horsepower, double the power of the original snowblower motor. But since it's a 60s machine, it's all metal and no safety. If you do not hold on to the handles, it will wrestle itself from you and keep going on its own.
Non-ringed motor, I'm assuming?
No, the Predators are actually a Honda clone. They're an overhead valve engine. They're really low cost, but it's a really peppy. Like the 212cc is like a 6.5 horse engine, and they're only like $100. They're great for go-karts because you blow them up and just go get another one. They're super cheap.
Exactly. Yeah. But they're surprisingly durable.
Yeah, there's a few shops around the nation that make a lot of go-fast bits for them, and there's a couple of guys out of North Carolina that do like a go-kart and mini bike channel, and they've gotten the 212cc up to 35 horsepower, and then one of their friends has the 670 V-twin that Predator makes. He's got a supercharger on it, makes 80 horsepower.
Can he recover? Can he recover? Come on, Chad. Come on.
Get tangled in the tree.
Clean re-entry. Look at that.
There we go.
That's
Nicely
nice.
done.
Right on.
Looks like it was a clean pass by the was that Nelson? No, who was getting around him? It was the
Lady
McLaren. And just slightly distracted by the McLaren suddenly appearing in his mirror and just
Looks
twitched
like
and off it went.
it's Lady A. just cooled his tires a little. Nothing major.
There we go. Wanted to check to see if the grass might provide a faster line. Everyone's got to try that Rossi line every now and again.
Always looking for improvement, you know.
Is that what you call it? I've always just called it, oh my god, go straight, you stupid piece of...
Oh no!
Like that.
That was the Hester brothers. That was the one. Yep.
Once
so
again.
Eric, twitch it a little bit.
I'm not going to apologize. That was funny.
Lady A got around him. I don't know if I'm selling her out or talking out of school, but up until not too many years ago, she didn't even have a license. And here she is now, a very aggressive sim racer.
She's actually racing no pedal, no wheel tonight, too.
Oh, that did her simulator break, or she just like it that way?
No, she was just complaining that she'd kind of worn herself out, and so she was going to go easy on herself tonight with some no pedal, no wheel.
Fair enough.
Yeah, her first car is the little RAV4 that she's got. That's the first car she's ever owned. And up until then, everything that she'd been driving had been cars that she's been writing her reviews on for Auburn on Highway.
Yeah. And I believe also she's some other outlets. We met years ago. We were both writing for The Truth About Cars, and that was a good time. But it's as a sim racer, she's actually like every time shown serious marked improvement. Now, she's not to alien status yet, but she's got to be pretty quick and quite formidable.
Yeah, if you compare, her very first race with us was at Long Beach, which is brutal for the best of us. And, she had kind of a rough time that night in her little Audi. And you compare that to what she has been doing the last couple of races, especially in the Sunduros, when she really can get into a groove. And yeah, very marked improvement, and keeping it clean, nice and steady, consistent. Really turning into a pretty good racer.
Yep. If you're listening to this broadcast, you should absolutely be following her on social media, on Instagram and Twitter at Auburn on Highway, and then check out her website. And then she'll also link. She does professional writing. That's how she makes her living. And she'll post up some of her other stuff that gets published elsewhere, and it's good stuff. It's interesting. She's a gearhead in the sense that she likes cars as much as the rest of us, and I genuinely enjoy her perspective on it because I grew up with this. Of course, everyone in my family didn't like cars, but I did. I would always read all the magazines, but she's coming at it from a adult perspective, and I always like reading about it.
I think one of the coolest things, too, about Cameron's perspective on the cars is it's a lot more from an everyday user. Like, if you bought this car, this is what you're going to expect. Because so many magazines, they always put the same thing out. All the specs, this is how fast it goes 0 to 60, all the numbers that racers and, gearheads like. But when Cameron gets a car, she goes out and puts the miles on it around the city and finds out what that car is like to drive if you were to actually go and buy one and use it every day. And to me, that's way more important than what the other magazines are putting out.
For the vast majority of automotive consumers, you're absolutely right. If you're watching this, you're probably the gearhead in your office, and people always come to you with advice of, what car should I buy? And then when you tell them to go buy the Camry and they don't, that's fine. But if they're looking for good advice, yeah, send them to the Auburn on Highway website.
She answers the hard press questions like, can this suitcase actually fit in that spot?
Because the rest of us idiots will go get a new suitcase. All right, here we go. How far up is that Porsche right now on everybody? Oh, just 17 seconds. Never mind.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I'll say, okay. In fact, okay. Yep. All the way down to 11th. We've only got a 4-lap differential, which is impressive considering how many Formula Vs are out there. I'd hate to. Well, no, I wouldn't hate to. I'm looking forward to the time to giving someone a "you're too good" penalty. So we'll be doing that later on. Just the generalized, we don't like how much you're winning by black flag that we love to do here in Lemons.
Look at that, we still have 4 people on the lead lap, it looks like. And one of them is the solo Camaro class that's just kind of plowing its way through there.
That is Ain't No Rush for the Quickest, according to their team name, so I imagine it's the same thing on the side. Little Mr. Meeseek's helmet going on.
Just been told to win this race and then he can die.
That's all you gotta do.
Yep.
Life is pain, Jerry.
Uh-oh, so who's dying here?
No,
Frederick.
Foo Fighters.
Oh, no.
So that's going to be the only car in iRacing that you can lose it in West Bend and not die.
It just doesn't have enough inertia to actually make it all the way to the Armco barrier.
Exactly. That was beautiful. Nice recovery, Frederic.
And he's back in it.
Really is, actually. I don't think they lost a place.
Yeah.
Fred coming to us from all the way across the pond. It is in the wee hours of the morning while he's racing right now.
That is dedication, man.
Indeed.
I believe his first race with us was actually at Long Beach as well. So he's been sticking with us for a while and turning into an excellent racer.
Yes, he had the baguette themed Audi. That I completely forgot about that. You're right, and yeah, he's become one of the regulars, and it's awesome to have him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he very quickly picked up on our idea of what a good livery is and grabbed a hold of it with both fists, and he's been showing up consistently. And we love seeing that. Hopefully we'll get some more folks from around the world that are able to join us if they can set their alarm clocks.
Indeed.
Honey, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Why are you getting up?
I have to go racing. Although, honestly, I do the same thing for meat space. I'll get up at stupid early. You got to drive to a track, or even at the track, you got to get up after probably imbibing a few too many drinks and get the car ready.
It does take a special spouse to let that slide. Like, no, honey, I got to go hang out with a bunch of idiots today, seriously. And then they let it go, and that's where we come in.
I would argue one of the keys to that, or at least in my experience, is introduce your spouse to those idiots as soon as possible. Bring them to a race. Take the veil of mystery off, because then the next time you're like, well, I'm going to go to a track by an airport in New Jersey and do stupid things. They'll go, oh yeah, no, I know all those people. Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry. Go have fun. They know you're not up to anything questionable, but they also know it's going to be loud and stinky and lots of fart jokes.
Well, this boring BMW seems to have done a different kind of boring just then.
That's what BMWs do.
A slight look at that BMW, and it looks like they may have an off-caster left rear wheel there. It looks like it's really pointing out.
Uh-oh, you're right. There's a little bit of damage there on that one.
Wibbly wobbly.
Ooh, the Nelsons now have officially lapped everybody.
I think Spencer's internet is giving him grief. Oh, he's back now.
Just a bit.
Oh, they are driver changing. Now, Timothy Pete getting in the car.
Oh yeah, we're at about the little past the 30-minute mark here, so doing some driver changes here.
About that time, yeah. Steph Schrader's showing up in the chat saying, quote, I am farts.
So Steph's been drinking.
Your car is farts, Steph. Put more stripes on it.
Better be careful. She said she was playing with knives earlier. Uh-oh.
You are being called out, Mental.
What have you done
here?
I think she's just agreeing with me. Steph's been drinking. She was working on her Volkswagen this weekend, so yeah, she might be trying to soothe her aching bones from crawling underneath it.
As a 22-year veteran of wrenching on Volkswagens, to do it, extra 10 millimeters, extra alcohol, and a target to throw stuff at, because you will get frustrated.
Which Steph just reminded us, she is just mad because she was probably wrenching on her 401. which with knives, which everyone's had that butter knife that is basically your screwdriver.
Yeah.
Just to tack onto that, I did fix my friend's central air conditioning unit in their house with a spoon the other day.
Spoon.
Oh no, mental. It sounds like Steph is just rebutting your comment from earlier.
We can have this conversation, and then what I'm going to do is call Hamza, who's way smarter than all of us, and he'll explain why it's still oil-cooled. Because by that logic, that also means every car with a radiator is air-cooled, and we know that that's not true.
I do believe the construction of the Volkswagen/early Porsche motors does have the oil journals running towards the outside of the cylinder assembly, which has fins on it, and so the fins are directly cooling the oil journals.
Hey, Steph, in your Lancer...
Heat exchanger.
In your Lancer, the water and coolant is cooled by air. So is your Lancer air-cooled?
No, it's vape-cooled, like a Subaru.
She may be the only Lancer owner who doesn't vape.
We might need to put her picture up in a museum. Yes, Brian, the Formula Vs are running one of the smaller CC Volkswagen engines. I believe it's like the 1200.
You
so
are
they're
correct,
maxed
sir.
out at about 40 horsepower. They're running the basic 4-speed manual transmission, running the twin torsion beam front suspension that the Beetles used. All the Type 1s used those back in the day. Basically, they stripped the Type 1 down to its belly pan and put a dildo-shaped body on it and went and had fun.
So check this out. I like that assessment. So yeah, you're spot on. 1200cc Volkswagen Type 3 engine. For cooling, it says, and this is on the iRacing tech specs, it says air with external oil coolers and oil filters.
So you're both
Transmission.
right.
Yep. Transmission, stock Volkswagen. Ignition, coil and distributor. So that's old school. Nice. Stock Volkswagen clutch with hydraulic linkage. It has disc brakes on the front and drums on the back. Good times. 6x13 wheels, front and rear. 5x13 front tire. And 920x13 rear tire. Okay, they're the same, almost. Nice.
I don't believe for a second that Steph's balls are air-cooled. They are definitely liquid-cooled.
825 pounds is what this thing weighs. And it has a 6-gallon fuel tank.
6 gallons will actually get you surprisingly far, too.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
for
a car this tiny, yeah.
Yeah, it says part of the SCCA runoffs since 1964. The cars have also proven highly popular around the world, with iconic names like Niki Lauda and Keke Rosberg starting their careers in these exact machines. So, Formula V is based on stock parts of a pre-1963 Volkswagen Beetle, combining them with a tube-frame chassis and fiberglass or carbon fiber open-wheel body. Very cool. So it made sense to put one on screen when we were talking about them, but there's one.
The new ones are actually up to 1,600 cc's, but the historics are all 1,200 cc, according to Wikipedia.
Detta saying that his or her Ford Taurus is urine-cooled. That's one way to do it.
It is a Taurus.
Yeah, it makes sense. It works better with piss. Speaking of experience.
That's actually been scientifically tested. It does work.
And also, speaking of great old movies that are way too old for you guys, but the original Red Dawn with Patrick Swayze be with you, that's how they cooled the radiator in the truck.
Oh, yes.
When they were getting away from the Russians.
I forget, was it Charlie Sheen was told to get up on the bumper and piss? I forget.
It was the new guy who wasn't a football player, and he says, "Why don't you pee in it?" And they kind of look at each other and couldn't come up with a reason why not. And yeah, they're like, "All right, everybody, let's go."
I don't know if they have dual port heads or not, Jim. It doesn't say, but I will do further Googling to find out.
I'm almost certain they do not, because again, they were trying to keep them as cheap and simple as possible. See, yeah.
They've got a little more RPM than a normal one, I know that. You get some pretty bad valve float. That's probably the smoke that they're drawing in there is the valve float when you hit 6,500 RPM.
Probably.
Oh, need no stinking valve springs.
All right, so who's driving this green crayon here? He's really holding on to the Bear Pope car.
Yeah, this is after a few off-track excursions. It's Max. Yeah, they've another one of our regulars.
Yep, priority fail. They've been with us for quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those beautiful Crayola liveries that some folks put together a full box of 64 crayons.
Yeah. Gene Berg apparently sells a 5-speed conversion for that Formula V. And as you mentioned, Jess, in the most competitive class probably in the SCCA, no one's going to notice you suddenly have an extra gear. It's fine. It's probably fine.
Why is he only wrapping 5,000 RPM and everybody else is hitting the rev limiter?
Apparently he knows something we don't. Or they don't.
Are they running with fixed setups tonight?
No.
Maybe the gearing can be changed. I don't remember. The only time I've driven the Formula V myself thus far, I was plastered. So I didn't change any setups.
So I'm in the garage right now because I chose the Formula V for my car tonight. And
Ooh, very nice.
Looks like you cannot change the gearing. You can change tire pressure, anti-roll bar diameter, spring preload,
like,
brake pressure,
yeah.
screen color. Ooh, you can change the color of the screen. Nice. Looks like shock setting, camber, and tow, front and rear. And then on the rear, you can adjust the push rod offset, the spring perch offset, the spring rate, the shock setting, and the fuel.
No camber on the rear because the only way you adjust the camber is to make the car squat.
And that's illegal nowadays.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that is, as much as I hate Carolina squat, making it illegal is just stupid. I don't like the precedence that's setting.
Wondering if somebody drove over someone because the front end was clear up in the air. And
100%. 100%.
Sure, but
yeah,
we already have laws to keep people from driving like morons. We don't need more laws, and I don't like laws of people
less
that just
laws
don't
and
like
less
stuff.
morons.
Yeah.
Nebraska has a bumper height law. Just because
Yes.
everybody wants to jack their truck up, they have limits on how high your bumper can be off the highway.
And of course, all they do is literally build brackets and drop their bumpers down, or at least that's how they did it when I was out there.
Yeah, they're still doing it that way. Or they're getting those gigantic, fancy toe-style bumpers that the off-roaders use, even though the truck will never, ever, ever see a dirt road.
Yeah, at least in Nebraska, it'll snow, so they can pretend.
Interesting line here that Ron's taken. Is it a blunder? Let's see.
This is an interesting. So Brian is on here telling us that the Crayola colored car is triggering a repressed memory of the smell of melted crayons in the back seat of his '99 Plymouth Breeze. Not the Plymouth Breeze aspect, but I do remember being thrown in the back of a '79 Ford Pinto to drive from South Carolina to New Jersey with a box of crayons and some coloring books to occupy myself while we drove with no air conditioning in the summer.
That smell probably lingered for years.
Oh, I've been there, but the car was an '89 Chevy Lumina in my case.
Some of those came smelling like crayons. That's an interesting one. The Mark IV Volkswagens, like the Golf and Jetta, we'll frequently find them in the scrapyard when we're out poking for our daily driver parts, because that's what we do. And even a car that's sitting in the scrapyard half full of water, a Mark IV, you open it up and it smells like crayons inside. And it's the weirdest thing.
I'm debating on black flagging this team here. 45 seconds.
Maybe slap it on them as they're doing a driver change. What's that?
Yeah, it's not very Haas Motorsports of them to be leading the race that far.
Yeah. I was thinking a drive-through penalty, but I don't think that's 45 seconds. Maybe a lap. Yeah, let's do a lap, and then he can chase down the Pete's. Let's check the... Looks like he just pit 9 laps ago. And let's see how far they can go on the stints here. So, screw somebody over. Looks like they can go 36 laps. So he's got plenty of time to make this up. All right, let's hit him with a lap. There we go. 1 lap.
All right.
Good chow.
Before the message disappears here, Santiago, no, I don't believe flashing headlights is a penalty in Lemons.
Well, that's kind of up in the air.
So I typed in race control too fast, sir.
Nice. You were saying, though?
I don't remember the race. It's been a few months back that we were actually giving some folks a pretty hard time. I want to say we even handed out a couple of pass-through penalties for people that were doing the flashing headlights to pass thing. That's way too perfect.
I like it.
I think that might have been Mike Polasek that was doing that, and so you nabbed him at one of the races.
Sounds right.
I see. Okay. I don't know myself, though. I've only been racing for barely a month.
Mike's one of the resident aliens, and he participates in a lot of the upper tier races that Ryan gets to broadcast. He's a butt kicker when he gets in his little lone wolf race team car.
There we go. I was going to say, get your ass in here or I'll smack you again.
And the Hasvidanya car has to come in and serve the penalty. They fill it up with vodka while we sit there.
I'm guessing if you black flag him for 1 lap, it... Oh, no! Trying to help Timothy out. Oh, hang on to it.
Still, though, yeah, F's and chat for Timothy here. Jeez, oh, Pete, that was unfortunate.
I guess the best time to wipe out is when your compatriots are serving penalties.
Should be the change for the lead right here, hopefully. Yep, there we go.
That's it.
All right, I cleared whatever they had going on so they can leave their pit stall.
That's a nice way to bunch them up without a yellow flag.
That actually got Eric Kessler up into second as well. I think they're doing a driver change, maybe?
Okay,
I'm not sure why they're still sitting there.
See, did I step away for a drink and kill the commentary?
Yeah.
We're just black flagging people while you left.
Yeah, but
Outstanding. Well
they're
done.
still in the pits. I'm just trying to make sure that I didn't screw somebody over.
They might be.
There we go.
Sounds like a driver change to me.
There we go.
Well, nope. The username hasn't changed.
But when I black flagged him, it said Brandon T. Martin was black flagged, so I don't know what's up with that. That's his teammate, right?
Maybe it was close enough to the 1 hour mark. They went ahead and decided to go ahead and top up fuel and do a driver change.
So it looks like they are a little under 1 lap behind, and he had almost a 1 lap advantage in an hour, so it should be pretty close when we get to the end.
Should even out, yeah.
New leader here. Yeah, here we go. Here's the leader. And then here's that car. So, yeah. They most of a lap. Hester to pit road.
It is about that time. Pit stops and driver changes.
The hovering McLaren getting tires.
It's a hovercraft, sir.
Ooh, trading
feels
paint. Almost
in the
trading
hovercraft.
here.
All right.
Is there a way to bring up, or you probably have it in front of you, but just who is leading in the Formula V class?
Yeah, I believe it's Frederic. Yep. Frederic.
Okay. Outstanding.
Has a 30-second advantage over Kevin. Then Max is right there. Looks like Max is a lap back. And we've got Chris and Chad.
All right. That is actually some fairly close racing for very close cars.
Yeah, most of the Vs are within 2 laps of each other and are running very similar lap times. Best laps are all 1 minute flat to 1:01, and that's across the board. All the Vs are very close.
Over the hill.
That Camaro needs a little bit of wang right there because he's getting airborne. Oh,
Oh,
Chad.
can he save it?
Over hill, do it for Dale.
Oh, yeah. Woo.
Almost had it. Almost need some Eurobeat for that kind of moving.
Oh, and another V gets around him.
Just
Do a
lost
Formula Drift class here with the Formula Vs here.
That
And
sounds
if you
like
can hold V in a drift, you're doing something impressive.
that sounds like a good trash race idea. Actually, take one of these Vs to a rallycross track.
The couple of the guys have been doing some research in that realm, and we're finding that it does do pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Incidentally, Steph, you just showed up and you're wicked wrong because none of these liveries are boring. These are funny. And if since we're almost at the 1 hour mark, could we convince our very accomplished professional director, who, if you're watching this, you should watch all of his stuff and subscribe to his social media, especially YouTube, The Bearded Sim Racer, to go through and do a once over through the liveries again?
Let's do it.
All right, so this is the My Governor's an Idiot / Idiot Inside, currently in the lead.
We can't tell if this is political commentary or self-deprecation.
Oh,
but
no,
it
that
works
that pure moron is definitely something. Yeah, my child is an honor student.
It's pure Michigan replaced with pure moron.
Yeah.
Tim
Okay, never
Allen
mind.
What does this say?
I didn't see those earlier.
We are skipping Friday this week, but we'll make up for it by having double Friday next week. Mark your schedules. Joseph Fink.
That sounds good, actually.
Well, Fridays, does that mean I get to wear 2 sets of jeans?
Absolutely, but no golf shirts. You have to wear a pair of jeans as a shirt. So here's if you'll notice very closely, it's the brothers. So they got the click and clack from cartoon or from Cars on there. It's very well done. A lot of old school. Your Bearded Sim Racer, Rusty's, all of it. The No Pedal, No Wheel champions. All right, so I think it's an excellent livery.
I concur.
All right. Boom. Car talk. Now that Wolverine may have to go, but that's just my Husker loyalties. All right. This one, we actually discussed the story in there. Zach Nelson is the son of Harry, who wrote the Put the Lime in the Coconut song. And unfortunately, we lost him this year. So this is in memorandum. And honestly, way better than the stickers I see on the lifted trucks driving around in Nevada in memorandum of so-and-so. Team Bear Pope, come on, man. You can't go wrong with Team Bear Pope. That's always funny.
Yeah, this is a clean livery, too.
Look, and there's a Bear Pope on the hood.
I actually just recently joined these guys, and they are a fantastic group of racers. A lot of fun.
Yes, they are. All right. Our next one. Let's see. All right. See, it's boring, and it's boring. They embrace their boringness. This is funny. The hood says Boring Company. Right?
What's on the
Buzzing,
roof there?
Buzzing Hornet. Yeah, see?
And that's because Tyler is excellent at playing the French horn and driving a car at the same time.
Yes. Also a No Pedal, No Wheel. Fantastic guy. Boring tools, boring company, boring motor work. This is good. See?
And he even has a road mangler spare tire on the back.
Oh, I missed that one the first time. Well done. And
Chronovison, there's a good one.
yeah, rocking some E1R stuff on there. Of course, Lady A and her teammate. Yeah, so the Lily Barrel Airlines. All right. Adler, who's on this one. And we're trying to get that good morning motherfuckers on the side. Yeah, so see, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Somewhere, if I believe, as in every one of her cars, there is an iron dildo.
Let's see if we can find it.
Yeah.
She's got the quick hands on the back there since she's doing her no pedal, no wheel here.
Got her vineyard sponsor on the roof as well.
That's nice. I wonder if Auburn on Vineyards comes in a box.
It comes in the best box.
There we go. Okay. Yes.
Oh,
all right.
Ron,
This course, Ron and his from elementary school buddy, they've got the dick ass from the that on there, and because they're sponsored by Fireball mouthwash / racing fuel, little Gene Simmons on it. All right, that's just funny.
I'm digging that high visibility Etios fire suit too. That's nice.
Yeah, see, Ronster wraps. All right, Yedios. Oh, see, there you go. There you go. That's got to make you fun. That's got to make you happy, Steph.
That's great. Yes.
That right there is a throwback to the livery that Ron and I ran at Virginia a few months ago when we cut our car in half and each of us painted half of it.
Yes, I do remember that one.
That was
so much fun. That was great.
Yes.
All right, now
right.
we got Kevin off here with Scooty Puff Jr. and some other Futurama.
All the
sponsors.
Slurm. What was the EFC?
Extreme Walrus Juice.
There it is. Yes. And Bachelor Chow. Yeah.
The real question is Fishing Joe's, is that a one of our, I don't know, does he go against one of our corporate sponsors there, Gordon's?
No. I feel like Fishy Joe's probably serves both Gordon's Fish Sticks and Dick Trickle's F Sticks.
Aha.
See? Not
Nice.
boring liveries. You should have just been here on time.
This is all your fault, Steph.
Now we got Max Lipfer here with a fantastic Crayola crayon Formula V.
Yes, which also apparently is PTSD inducing, so good on you.
Electric
And
line.
it is lime green for Lime Rock.
I feel like an idiot for not getting that.
Same.
Yeah. And of course, the Chuck Taylor, which, by the way, I need this livery. Send this livery to everyone.racers@gmail.com. This is awesome. I need to
Yes.
do that. Also
Discord,
rocking a little
Discord too.
kick-ass sponsorship.
I wonder if we could do a version of this as the PF Flyers, which everyone knows are guaranteed to make every kid run faster and jump higher.
Benny the Jet
Oh, I see this.
Rodriguez.
This-
That's a
This,
fishing lure. That's funny. It's not as funny
got
as
their-
Cicada, which I believe is the Cicada still out there?
I
believe
think that was Chris's, and then it updated to the Converse shoe.
Ah, okay. Excellent.
Ooh.
Yeah, we had a ghost paint job of Cicada. It was awesome. Just over an hour left in this race, and it is important to remind you that everything you are watching on this screen has been brought to you by Top Flight Computers. And if you enjoy any of this stuff, you should check out the 24 Hours of Lemons iRacing League at isuckatracing.com. We are just wrapping up the 2021 Season 1, and we will soon be moving into Season 2. And if the last two seasons are any indication, there's going to be some great stuff. Next week will be the No Pedal, No Wheel. Also, you need the Faith Insurance Agency because yeetage happens. And when it does, Faith Insurance Agency is going to be there for you. You got a car? It needs tires. Those tires should come from Yokohama, who is bafflingly the sponsor of both this and the 24 Hours of Lemons. Of course, you like watching racing on your computer? Then you should definitely subscribe to the Bearded Sim Racer Productions on YouTube. Also on Facebook, follow all the social media. He actually does this kind of quality of camera work all the time, just has better commentators. I was actually watching, I know you were on the Le Mans, but you were doing one of the USAC series, I believe, recently, and I was watching that, listening to the commentators. I'm like, oh, wow. They're way better than we are.
Sprint cars on Wednesday nights. Yeah, we just wrapped up. We got a big
there
race next month at Knoxville, 410 Classic, and then those were the 410 wing sprint cars. And I talked to Brody, who runs that league, and he's going to be doing a non-winged 410 series. So that's going to be
nice.
Those are awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Mental. Shout out to Dougie Beard for all the fantastic hours put in making these wonderful cameras. I just press buttons and he actually makes them. So couldn't do it without you, Dougie.
Oh, all right, Dougie Beard. All right, we're going to have to throw you on the rotating list of sponsors up there. Now, if you enjoy racing, head over to the 24hoursoflemons.com. Even if you don't have your own race car, if you're not ready to strap in behind the wheel, you can check that out. There's a forum, there's message boards. They even do Lemons Rally. In fact, they just wrapped up the Pacific Northwest Rally. And Steph and I are both rally champions, having done in 2019 with Dr. Florida Man, won. And then recently we also did the Texas Rust Belt Rally, or the Texas Rattletraps Tour. They've still got several other ones. They've got a Detroit to Pittsburgh rally coming up. They'll be up north for the Bangers, of course, the Route Sucky Suck, and then the San Luis Obispo, I forget what it's called, but it's Monterey Car Week, which is going to be on a weekend. So there'll be San Luis Obispo looping through Nevada back to San Luis Obispo. And you don't have to have race gear. This is just a regular, terrible car with insurance, and it's a photo scavenger hunt. So if you like cars and you like the community that this creates, and you're into racing, that is a wonderful way to get involved and not put your own life in danger.
Update on our driver here on screen that we penalized for going too fast. He's back within 27 seconds of the lead now, and about 6 seconds from catching Sitco. So.
Yes, exactly. Steph, I'll tell you, I was contacted by the head of iRacing because I run in those circles. I help with the development team, and they said, you know what? We have got the perfect model of a Volkswagen 411, and I absolutely forbade it. I said, don't you friggin' dare have a Volkswagen 411. I refuse to allow it. And they said, I'm sorry, Mental. How dare we bring this up? So the fact that there's no 411, yes, you're completely within the bounds of reality to blame all of us on here.
Interesting pit entry by that shoe a second ago.
Yeah, I threw the F up because I thought he was spinning out. Made it work.
He's just taking the scenic route to the pits. He's got such a lead on everybody else.
Yeah. He just figured, I'm here. I might as well. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, obviously I'm tired. I made a mistake, so I landed in the pits.
That shoe is too good.
Craig Fowler here in the chat is jumping on with Steph. He would like to see a spec Type 4 series.
I'm all about it. I own 2 Type 4 powered vehicles that currently have no Type 4 power plants in them. We here don't build the race cars, man. Guarantee the first time I see a 411, even if it's not a free car, we'll absolutely do an all 411 race, or
Welcome,
a
lady,
914 race for that matter.
Hi.
Lady A, the one and only.
Hey.
So how was your stint?
It was not bad. It's my very first no incident stint.
Oh,
congratulations.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking
Keep
about.
it clean.
Yep.
We actually were talking a little out of school about you early on. How literally you've only had a license for 8 years now?
Let's see. I got my license back in 2018.
Okay, so less than that.
Yeah.
And you just started iRacing towards the end of 2020. Got a simulator, and you've actually, there is dramatic improvement every time. And now, there you go. You just did an entire stint with no incidents. You were becoming formidable.
Yes, and now I get to see how well that sticks with the Firecracker 400 gauntlet starting this coming week.
Oh, buddy. I will tell you that your team is the only team with no incidents. Looks like Ain't No Rest for the Quickest has 1. Scuderia Wowza
Who is that?
That's good. I bet that's the Scooter.
No, that's
yeah.
Oh, that's Dave here.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. So, oh wow. So not only was that your first incident-free race, you're the only one.
Woo!
That's something, yeah.
That's actually really impressive. I don't think I've ever had an incident-free race.
That's with an Xbox controller because I spent all day doing real driving in my next review machine, current review machine.
Ah, I presume there's some sort of embargo that you'll tell us all about when it's published on your website.
Yeah. I mean, next Tuesday, as always. What time? When I get around to it, but always Tuesday.
Mental, I put the Chuck Taylor TGA in the broadcast text.
Oh, you're the best. I'm going to go over there and get that downloaded now.
So if you open that with Photoshop, you should be able to paint bucket the green to whatever color you want.
Oh, yes. You're the best. Thanks, man.
That's right.
Oh,
You're the
Mental,
best.
I know you keep looking for the Iron Dilly, and I have to tell you, it's more or less been retired. I only bring it out when I need to.
We figured you just started hiding them. Yeah.
No, there's no Easter egg here. No, just the Iron Dilly is with me in spirit.
Ah, okay.
That's just my crown. And speaking of spirit, you might have noticed an orange dragon lady on the rear. That's Kiryu Coco. She is from Hololive Japan. She's a VTuber, and she's been really important for a lot of fellow VTubers and fans of hers. And as of July 1st, she is, as they say in the Japanese idol industry, graduating, aka retiring. So this is a little tribute.
Oh,
All right.
retiring, but something better came along, or just tired of doing it, or not in the business?
I think she wants to actually be an idol / VTuber manager, and she can't do management and be a VTuber. So it's either one or the other.
Well, that actually is quite interesting.
That makes sense.
You got to have producers like Bearded Sim Racer.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Yes.
And speaking of VTuber stuff, Isekai Inc., that's the main sponsor, they're working to become a VTuber agency in their own right. Right now, it's just 3 people. One's a Canadian, and 2, I believe, are somewhere in the Central Time Zone. That's all I know. They're a couple. And, of course, Lilybell Airlines, VTuber, fictional airline, Lilybell, who was here one time. Maybe here one day again.
Nathan Schleveen now in the crayon, leaving some off-color.
Oh, yes. Color that,
I wonder how
that
much.
dress.
I wonder how much practice Nate has gotten in the FV, because that seemed like a little more of a GT3 line taken on the inside of that one there.
Not sure that he has any that I've seen in chat that we sit him talking about.
And he can drive. That's not a comment on his capabilities, but we were talking earlier how, all the hardcore nerds jumped into those FVs as soon as they were available, and they are quite nuanced.
Yeah,
It looks like Nathan is doing a hell of a job in your car there, Lady A.
Oh, yes. He's killing it. He's a alien. I think he's an alien, so
8/10
better than I am.
Best lap by over 3/4 of a second right now. 53.2.
Okay, yep.
Jeezy.
That qualifies. Best lap of the race or best lap of the for that car.
Both.
Okay, yeah, then definitely. Yeah, if you're the fastest of the race, you're an alien. So that's right in there in Iglesias stank territory.
Yeah, he's running pretty consistent 53, 54 second laps, which is a lot quicker. Second place ran a 55.6, third place ran a 55.2. So that is a really smoking lap time.
Good Lord, yeah, it is. Wow. I mean, yeah, McLarens are fast, but that's a whole lot of not just the car.
It's nice looking at my car and my metallic foil red and all that.
That deep red really has a nice, like an actual wine look to it. It's a really good color.
Yeah.
So we were wondering, does the Auburnon Vineyards come in a box, It was argued that probably only the finest box, but I think something would probably be like biodegradable, environmentally conscious or something.
I mean, I could start such a line, but this started at Sonoma, which sadly I didn't get to race, but nah, bottles, baby.
All right.
Ryan says it's a screw cap.
Yeah, I was
bottle.
gonna say a jab at Jason screw cap.
Screw cap. I do make it a little easy to get to.
Well, because you've got to put the cap back on it after you don't finish the third one.
Yeah, you gotta make it easy to open as well.
She has to make it easy enough for Stunt Granny to open.
That's true.
Speaking of, I'm actually out of beer. I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh, goodness.
Hope it's a twist off.
Grab two. What kind of an amateur iRacing commentator are you? Oh, man,
Hesser
the
almost
Hessers.
killed Matt.
Now, the Hessers have done that a few times. They were mowing the lawn earlier, and they are doing their best to try and stay in front of that Camaro, and the Camaro has been putting the coals to it, putting pressure on everybody this
This
entire
is for
race.
position right here.
Uh-oh.
Their top
And they're-
lap times are within 0.6 of each other.
And they are coming up on one of the Crayolas. This will be interesting to see how this all shakes out. AA Ron throwing down. Not our AA Ron, but another AA Ron. And I wonder how most of the Aarons in the world feel about Key and Peele after that skit, because everyone calls him AA Ron now.
Ah, that's why that's from.
I actually was roommates with an Aaron Smith while I was stationed in Germany, and I've always wondered, but I've never asked. Is he from New Hampshire? That's my question.
Yeah, where were you stationed in Germany and when?
Was from late 98 to the early 2001 kind of time frame. Was with the unit with Space Command over near Vogelway housing.
Yeah, okay. I was stationed at Ramstein, but early on when I first got there, our dorms were on Capone by Volgaway. And
I think probably throw a beer bottle and hit your building because I was on the dorms on Capone.
If I'm not, because I was there in the early 90s, and I just remember they were scope. We shared the dorms with the scope unit, and we thought they were Rapcom, but basically, they had to stare at scopes all day. So it probably was the what would become the space unit.
Yeah, those are probably my folks wearing flight suits. I was on the maintenance side of the house because I always carried a screwdriver. But we had the Space Command folks they'd read the equipment, and then whenever they screwed it up, we come in and fix it.
This is going to be tight. Oh, man, he is trying to outbreak him. No! Oh, the Hesser just oversteps just a tick, and the Camaro gets by.
And he stay there, though.
Racing.
That's the real question.
I think he got those marbles. Those GT cars do not like the marbles at all.
Yeah. And the street stocks are usually they're so kind of loose anyway, even in a road course configuration. You don't much notice a percentage of loss of traction. You're only operating at about 70% at any given time.
Oh, I'm spinning tires. Oh, gee, what do I do?
I throw two horns out the window and say, "Woo!"
Ooh, the Hesser's coming up. He looks angry.
I think there's a reason why they painted that car green now.
Yeah, he really does like going
It doesn't have anything to do with Lime Rock. I think that's just because of that turn.
Actually, now that you say that, because the green Formula V has spent a lot of time in the grass as well.
Yeah, it's just camouflage.
It's trying to go home.
They think we won't notice.
I think he's just trying to color the green back in that the other car rubs out.
He's fixing the Lime Rock divots.
Nate has
There
the
it
fastest
is.
Formula V lap by 7/10.
Oh, goodness.
Holy crap.
Not surprised, but that is impressive because these Formula Vs have been running well. And he is
Very
right on the ragged
consistent
edge.
cars.
Can't make a mistake. Oh, look at that. That was perfect. Just the right amount of oversteer coming into that corner. Oh,
Yeah, these
Lady A's
cars
car is
have a
about to
beautiful-
run down that BMW.
The opposite of what happened to me.
This is also going to be an interesting couple of laps. Just slightly in the grass.
And there goes the incident.
Not quite. We'll see how boring that boring BMW is. Lime and a Coconut jumping back on that racing line, almost taking the nose off that green Crayola, but
I will be happy to report that was not an off-track. I think there's a new off-track system in iRacing, so we may have it set up where, still 0x.
Hey.
Right.
Aaron Smith has one
Martin
incident.
coming in. Can he outbrake him into this corner? Oh, without an issue, but can he make it stick? I know they're running in a different class.
It's close.
Miata. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now the horsepower, makes its presence known.
I like how
It's
the Miata
interesting
can
how
actually
the
corner.
grip- Yeah, the grip is so similar between the Miata and that Porsche. The Porsche's they're a little greasy sometimes. It's kind of crazy.
Well, and I think part of that, it is the mid-engine, and you have to be a lot more comfortable in a mid-engine car losing traction across all four wheels. I had it wasn't a track Boxster, but it was my daily driver, and I bought it so I could run it on the track. And it was unsettling the first time, but then when you learn to work within it, it's a lot of fun.
Like a big boy MR2.
Yes. Well, you say big boy, it was a Boxster, so I think a lot of people expected me to be bald and have a 20-year-old wife, who was obviously my second one. But
So we officially
Are you a
had
dentist?
Oh my God.
a V
No,
heated
Luke.
by a Porsche.
yes.
Of course.
He's one of the new guys, but this isn't his fault.
This is just an ancestry spat. That's all this is.
Good call.
Und now's the time on Sprockets when I taps your bumper.
You should not be sharing the same track as me, yeah?
Yeah, but we are both Germans. Why would I not be sharing the track?
But I'm the sexier German, yeah.
But I am the minimalist German. I am the true German.
I
What am
don't
I-
need anyone to shift my gears. I can shift my own.
One of my favorite episodes of Community was one of the two episodes with the German exchange students, and Joel McHale says, shouldn't you be someplace making weird movies or well-engineered cars? And the one German exchange student gets offended. You take that back.
We don't make good movies. I mean, wait.
It's true. The Germans do not make good movies.
They're kind of a little rough, It's
No, yeah. They do. They make weird art films and very good cars. Ooh, man, look at that.
What a
Aaron,
line. Holy crap.
that's the Camaro line, damn it. You got to take it that way so you don't spill the Budweiser between your legs while you're driving.
That's the dang old line.
That's a dang old line. Camaros ain't got
Dang
no
line.
cup holders.
You got to shift with one hand and drink with the other.
Which actually I did learn how to do as a wee lad driving my '76 Mustang.
I used to do Autobahn trips with my manual Volkswagen while eating triple Whoppers.
You had to.
120 miles an hour driving with the knees? Nothing wrong with that.
Right, it's fine. Well, because you could trust everyone around you to do exactly the right thing.
They were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I noticed the nose of my car might be a little wider than it's supposed to be.
Like
Well,
wavelengths?
let's get a front view of there.
Yeah, right there.
Oh no! Somebody sniffed a
That's
diaper.
That's just some
kind of
character.
light.
That's just a little bit of character given to the car.
Character, yeah.
That just proves that when you go to sell it at auction later on, that it was a real race car.
Gotcha.
Finger quote
Green trailer
trademark.
would go nuts. Oh, 4x points. I just saw that.
Oh,
While they're not a sponsor, but I'm going to shamelessly do this. My buddy James Polnick, he lives here in Las Vegas, has a great TV show on Pluto TV called Porsche Road Trip. But every day, Monday through Friday, him and his partner, James Deebs, do a video podcast called Bid Nerds. And they go through the best of Bring a Trailer, Rad for Sale, P-Car Marketplace, and anything else that they find. and they usually guess. They spend the beginning of the show guessing on the first couple of cars that the auctions are going to end the next day, and then the remainder of the show is them going over how well they did on the previous day's cars, and it is just entertaining for everyone who spends way too much time always watching things on Bring a Trailer or Rad for Sale or P-Car Marketplace. These are your type of people, and this is your podcast.
You were talking about that, I think, on the podcast last week, weren't you? And Chrissy was kind of interested in it.
Oh, she went nuts. And it was even more interesting is the very next day, James Deebs goes, "Hey, James, you told me to watch the Everyone Racers podcast, and I did, and they talked about us, and I want to get Chrissy and Jeff on the show. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, if you watch Bit Nerds, you'll see Chrissy, iRacing commentator, teammate, and also co-host of the E1R podcast, and then hopefully later Jeff as well also does all those same things. They'll be on Bit Nerds talking about interesting cars and diving down into what options are what and what car they had when they were teenagers. And it's if you look at the ingredients, you don't think it would be a good podcast, but it's a really great. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Bam, the green Miata just tapping.
Surprise
Hessers.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. A little Tom Lamino action there. Oh, you think you're getting away, but you're not.
A little momentum.
All right, comes around, gets on the outside, passes it. Boom! I'll teach you to get around me. Bam! Little good game. Yeah, little good game there, as we like to say.
Cameron's giga blasting.
I thought my Nathan needed tires, but he says those were my tires. You will need fuel in about 14 laps, though.
Yeah. So we've spawned a little bit of conversation about Bring a Trailer and some of the other sites. I will agree, Bring a Trailer has evolved a little bit. Oh, the Hessers, and this is the other Hesser in the grass now. Bring a Trailer has kind of evolved away from the Bring a Trailer, but I still spend way too much time there. It's still a well-curated site, and I do like looking at that stuff, but I don't know if I would buy anything from them. But yeah. Rad for Sale, on the other hand, absolutely. There's a first-generation GTI on there right now that is just got too much of my attention.
Ooh, oh, you are speaking my kind of language there, sir.
Oh, yeah, radforsale.com. Check it out.
Anytime those old ratty Volkswagens show up, me and my buddy here in town, we go bonkers over that.
It is totally not ratty. It is a well-preserved driver quality. It is just awesome. It's an 83 Rabbit GTI, red with the infamous red interior. Right now it's at $5,000. It's got about 5 days left on it, so it's going to end here Friday. 194,000 miles on it, but it is pretty. And if I can get away with it, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong computer. I'm going to see if I can't post a picture of it in the old broadcast text and have our esteemed and brilliant producer throw it up on the screen.
I spent 3 years on that toilet.
As he's working on that, be very, very quiet. We're hunting weapons. I've been the proud owner of 2 different Mark 1s of that chassis, as well as a Mark 1 Scirocco. They're easy to work on and so much fun. It's a go-kart with a roof.
Yeah, my dad had a Scirocco. It was awesome.
Had a 79 Scirocco. I had a 79 Scirocco, and I had an 83 Scirocco, the last of the one-armed bandits.
The poor man's DeLorean.
My car's nose fixed itself somehow.
Did he go in for new tires?
I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it.
Maybe he just rubbed the rub off.
There you go.
And he came up against the boring tools and it polished it.
Yeah, there you go.
And as we all know, it's fun to rub one off every now and again.
Don't I know it?
Especially if it's just the tip.
Just the tip.
There we go. Spirited Sim. I've got that picture from Rad for Sale in there. And I don't know if you found this yet on your the Rad for Sale GTI.
Oh my, that is an excellent specimen of a Mark 1. That's got
Isn't
some wicked tires on it, the classic snowflake wheel. That is well done. The correct
Set
GTI
layer.
grill, red trim on the grill. That's
Right?
a correct GTI. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is great looking.
Yeah. Ooh, wow.
There
that
you
was-
go. There's that Mark
Wait.
1 Scirocco with the KMI front air dam on it.
Is that yours?
This is from
I wish
Google
that was
Images.
mine.
This is from Google
That's-
Images.
Because that's
Yeah, I
also a
just thought
pair
it
of
was awesome looking.
Recaros. Those are meshnet headrest Recaros in there. That is, God, that is
Yeah.
sexy.
Those are BBS RA wheels from the Mark II 16-valve Jetta and Golf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
beautiful machine. You betcha.
Oh, that is pretty. That is so pretty. Mine was never that good looking. Neither of them, but not
Mine
my Mark
was
1, not my Mark
completely rust-free, but it was that god-awful burnt orange that they painted everything that just looked like faded red even when it was really clean and shiny.
I'll say,
And,
yeah, mine was a
it was-
faded version of that faded red, yeah. All right. Lady A, he is making a move on Tyler. This is
A
going
lot
to
of
be
cool
Yeah.
pictures. A lot of cool pictures on that link there. Broadcast chat.
He's got 9.3 laps before he has to pull in.
I like that they named her Penny. That's perfect. She's copper colored.
That is a pretty car. That is just pretty.
VW people get to be a little bit eccentric, so yeah, my car is named, my wife's car is named, my neighbor that owns 2 Volkswagens, both of her cars are named.
Yeah, we name everything over here.
I used to name all of my vehicles, and then I started giving them titles rather than names. So
Ooh, I like that too.
yeah, so there's the big blue bond burner. That's the AMG, and then my wife's got her little. It's not, but we call it the truck, which my wife is particularly annoyed about because we have a truck. And then my bikes have titles. I used to have one that I called the Baroness, and I had another one that I called the Mistress.
I like to throw fun little like comic-y names at mine. My daily driver right now is just it's a Mark III 4-door Golf that I built, and it has a fun story.
This is gonna be tight. This is gonna be tight.
Stick it in there, yeah.
Oof. Oh, but he ain't going nowhere. Tyler says, I'm going to let you get away with that, but you're not going too far. Oof. But I do apologize. I interrupted your story, which I do want to hear.
Well, alrighty then, as we watch this wonderful competition. My daily is just a little kind of a crap can Mark III VW Golf 4-door that I bought for almost nothing. Little old lady had it, and then she sold it to a high school kid that didn't understand what antifreeze was for, and drove it for 2 hours in Omaha stop-and-go traffic, and eventually literally melted the engine. What happened to it is the plastics all over the engine started to melt off of it. So like the air ducts and things like that were melting off the block. The windage tray over the top of the camshaft melted down into the sump. And then the oil pan tried to pick it up just as it coagulated in the cooler oil, starving the cylinder head. And it seized the steel cam into the aluminum head, which I've never seen before, but I couldn't get it apart with a hammer. But I ended up VR6 swapping it. And the original build was for my friend that runs the Vauxhall dealership that I've done some liveries for in the past, and he wanted to sell it. It's a beautiful rust-free car, the nice kind of deep sequoia green, the mid-90s forest green that everybody was making their own versions of, and just kind of a pretty little non-assuming car that would just go like stink. And
Oh, that is a great shot. That is a brilliant. All three of those, that is just
Ooh,
epic.
yeah, nice slidey.
nice and light over the hill there. Look at that sideways.
Oh.
Yeah.
All the tires are a little overcooked because they've been throwing down pretty hard for the last couple of laps. Giga blast up in your face.
Hell yeah. Oh, we got a celebrity, by the way. Lily Bell's here.
Uh-oh.
Well, hey, Lilybell, welcome.
Lilybell, we were just hearing about you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
The
their
Lilybell
second
Airlines
time here.
McLaren is out there doing well on track.
Her second time here tonight, or just second time ever?
Ever.
All right. Well, we are honored by your presence and wish you the best of luck as you evolve in your career.
Always know you're going to have a sponsorship here with the ultra high-end racing series of Lemons iRacing.
Yep. I actually told her today that Lilybell Airlines is the official airline of both Team Auvernon, the non-Lemons team, and the Lambs.
Ah, outstanding. You know, and Lilybell, she doesn't just race this when she does the Lemons Racing League on Mondays. She's also rocking the. Oh goodness!
Oh,
that was close.
He's dead.
She's also rocking the Lilybell Airlines when she's on our Everyone Racers Monday Night League.
Which isn't streamed, by the way, so. All right, I'm going to dip out and get Nathan into the pits.
All right. Well, hey, good luck. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'll be right back in a moment, though. I just got to make sure
All
my
right.
guy's good.
Clean pit stop.
There you go.
As we see the green Crayola trying to graffiti the Armco barrier.
Another
Looks
one
like he's going to have some rear suspension issues on that one. We were talking about this really impressive damage model. And in fact, I think that wheel is a little wonky.
Little
it's
bit.
not quite tracking straight.
Is he grabbing? I can't tell.
Oh, thank you, Lilybell Stream. All right.
Look at that.
Okay.
We are multicasting now. Woohoo.
Haven't seen Gunther in a while, and I'm
We've been
really happy Lilybell's the one that brought him up. Oh, man.
Great camera angle there. Everybody coming around that corner just hot as can be.
Oh, all right. He's not going to be pitting this lap. Looks like he's going to make one more as he comes through.
All right.
But yeah, that BMW has given not that much quarter, so it better be a good, clean pit stop. One mistake, and it is boring back in position. Coming through the S's. Is he going to be able to make? Oh, yeah, he's right around there. All right, they're both coming up on the Foo Fighting Spec V.
Yeah, Gunther is female, actually.
I am sorry.
She laid an egg once. I remember that now.
I did not know that, and I will absolutely correct myself from
my
now
goots.
on.
My little goots.
I apologize, Gunther. That was my failure. Very, very nice, clean one right in there from Donald.
And then there's
Still
this guy.
gets the shoe a little
Whoops.
wide, but I say he was holding his line. That was a good pass.
Yeah. Just one of his tires just left the pavement, and that was it.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of these tracks, that's all it takes. If you get one tire, you're getting them all.
Yep.
And these things have enough grip that when you lose it on one, the other three don't like it.
Yeah, they were already hanging on the ragged edge.
We've been kind of comparing these things to the Skippies with no wings left on them. So if you can rip the wings off your Skippy without getting a meatball, that's pretty similar to what the V drives like. And so it's they're pretty close.
There have been tracks that the Skippies did handle better with without the front wings. I will be right back, folks.
All right, my man Nathan is refueled and ready to isekai some racers into the Mile High Club when it's time for the Crash Fest.
Right, just about another half hour to that. I'm excited.
27 minutes and counting to the Yeet Fest tonight. But so far, we've had some pretty clean racing, some good competition, both in class and inter-class, some clean driving. Uh-oh, somebody's using those flashing headlights.
Flash, 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 flash.
He was flashing us.
Well, Tyler does have a habit of that, I guess.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yes, Steph, meatballs is when you get a black flag for repair. It's a black flag with kind of an orange ball in the middle of it, and so it looks like a spaghetti meatball. And so that's we call them. We get a meatball flag. It's a flag that the stewards of the race are basically telling you that you have to come in with your repair. And yes, we do get flashing balls. That's why we don't like the meatball.
Yeah, it usually means we have to stop racing.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh man!
Backwards.
That's a dirty move.
And almost into another V.
Oh, but he saves it.
Look at that recovery, man! And he gets to go in for his repair right away. How good is that?
That's great.
I'm getting that funny little kitty meme in my head right now. Why you do this? Evidently, they both had to serve a pass-through because they both went into the pits and then back out again.
Oops.
Yeah, there's, I think, every 11X you have to do to pass through.
They must have both got them at the same time.
And it's only 11.
My guess is that 4X put them over the limit when they hit each other.
Looks like the guy lost a lap while refueling, but that's okay. Now, I was bringing up earlier in chat and with my guys in general, the maze spin livery. I wonder if it actually gets more scuffed the longer maze spin continues to run in Formula One.
We'll have to ask these guys that. Wait.
Mental, you just got really quiet.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Oh, sorry. I
Hey.
my microphone turned off. So what is it? Oh no, again! Oh, come on, Nate.
You can do it. Come
Coloring
on.
outside the lines.
Oh, that's funny.
That's a good one.
What is a penalty cheese? What the hell? Yeah.
I guess you got to eat a slice of Velveeta.
Yeah. There we go. The timing on that was perfect with the drum roll. Well done.
This is why we have Bearded Sim Racer doing our production. We like that quality stuff.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Great. Thank you, Ryan. That was great.
23 minutes left in this 2-hour mandatory team enduro. This has been some fantastic, strangely,
There you go.
very clean racing.
Yeah, not a whole lot of yeetage until like now, basically.
Well, that's
what
not
do you-
even yeetage. That's just a misstep.
Yeah, it's only I don't even know how to finish that sentence.
Yeah, there you go. We should finish that sentence with Aaron Smith. If you were from New Hampshire and stationed in Germany in the late 90s, let us know. We found your roommate.
If you bumped your chin once, that would be you.
That, yeah, okay, I'm not going there.
If it's Aaron,
Okay.
they will instantly go, oh, yep, I remember that. And it ended up in a hospital trip.
Okay.
Wow,
Because
that's stock do that.
I've been reminded a lot of things that I did when I was stationed in Germany, and I don't remember any of it, not because it didn't happen, but because I was drunk.
Oh, that was part of it, but I'm sure he remembers it because there was sadly a little bit of paperwork involved afterwards.
Alcohol-related incident. Yeah.
You betcha.
Oh boy.
Well, our unit was so great because we worked 24-hour shifts and stuff. So we had 4 days on and then 4 days off. And so we always had the time off with the same people every week. And so a bunch of us that always worked on the same crew pitched in. We bought a $400 dartboard, like a real horsehair dartboard. We bought expensive darts. And we always kept the fridge in Aaron's room stocked up with a bunch of beer. He went and bought a sound system. And so we just hang out in his room and drink and play darts all night and just have a good old time. And one night we had these really stupid, you probably had these exact same things, the tall wooden stands where you could put your TV inside of it and had the little flippy down door.
Oh yeah.
He had the stereo inside of that.
The quasi desk, yeah.
They were
and of course you had
Flag
the
Spencer, by the way, 2-lap lead.
Oh goodness, yes.
Good call.
And the thing about those is, you had the E4 stereo, and everyone in the dorms had their E4 stereo. That could cause a brownout if you went to full power, especially in the early 90s in Europe, because they had stuff over there you couldn't get stateside. That was amazing.
Oh, I had a wonderful system. When I was playing Gran Turismo 2, you felt it 3 rooms down. It was awesome. Well, he had his little hatch down, on the desk part, and he tripped over the corner of his bed and smacked his chin on that little flappy door, and it split it wide. It wasn't even a hard hit. Like, he barely felt it, and it didn't swell or anything, but it just split it open. And we're all like, oh, dude, you're bleeding. He's like, what? He didn't even hardly realize he fell, and then we're like, oh, crap, now we got to go to the hospital, because he had to get 2 stitches in the dumb thing, and because he showed up under the influence, a bunch of paperwork.
Oh, wow. That sounds like the attending tech on that one was kind of an asshole. Ooh, it's a ghost crew again. All right, so he's like he's getting new tires.
Switching out drivers there, I think. I think that escaped there was two drivers.
They're serving their 30-second black flag as well.
You're too good. Right. And to be clear, guys, it's because you're too good. All right, you didn't do anything wrong other than just win by too much. So sorry.
You need to suck a little more.
Just getting it in that Camaro.
My level, y'all.
Really
Camaro in P2. There are 4 GT4 cars chasing this Camaro.
Flies around the top of the hill like dirt track. SRX party time.
Absolutely. Like
now back on the lead lap. The Camaro is back on the lead lap.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on Timothy here.
Swayze be with you. Really? No love for Patrick Swayze? I am about to sign off this podcast right now.
Oh no! I was just looking to see if I could download Roadhouse.
There we go. All right. Roadhouse. Ugh. Yes.
We're still here after the cicadas are dead.
Beating up people and monster trucks. Great movie.
That movie plays into the story of how Sam Elliott has both helped and hurt me in my life. My wife has a very serious thing for Sam Elliott, and why wouldn't you?
I get it.
Most people do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Look how close we got this. Here comes the Camaro.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Now we got 18 minutes and 47 seconds, and there's a race going on. Yeah. So my wife had never actually seen Roadhouse, and when we first started dating, I mentioned that once I retired from the military, I would grow my hair long, but by that point, it would be turning gray, so I would look like Sam Elliott. Now, her only reference was Sam Elliott in Mask with Eric Stoltz and Cher, where he had a mullet. And that immediately, she's like, no, that's not going to work for me at all.
Battle for the lead, ready?
That's not a battle. That is not a battle. That is just a yeehaw, and friggin' around it he goes.
That's cold tire. What that was, that Camaro took full advantage.
Cole, I put tuned and matched tires on that car. You can make it. I know it in my heart.
Staggered special, match perfect.
Yeah, there he goes around that corner, only at about 70% traction. That is legitimately impressive.
Yeah, when the back end is out like that on every corner, you know that car is dialed in.
Yes.
Slack circle track racing on a Saturday night. Yeah.
So fast forward years later, and I'm flipping through channels on a Saturday morning, and Roadhouse is on. So I stopped flipping channels because Roadhouse is on. And my wife comes in there and sees Patrick Swayze in that white Karate Dojo shirt he's wearing about halfway through the movie. She's like, oh my God, what 80s nightmare is this? And I'm like, oh, you've never seen this film. Please come sit next to me. And Sam Elliott rolls up on his,
no. That is it.
Cold tires bite. Oh boy, the wink's gone.
He is done.
Yeah.
We never changed. I don't think we changed tires in my car.
Oh boy.
Fatality.
Just bonk right there.
All right, so the pride of the Porsches now rest on the 501 car. Can they run down that 16 seconds in 16 minutes
Goes to show, should have gone with the Camaro.
and let the Germans back to the position
Or a
of
McLaren.
superiority? Or a McLaren? That Tyler Stank's only about 18 seconds back, too.
Oh, that's right, the other German.
Fair point.
Oh!
Oh, and the Skippy's, or no, sorry, not Skippy.
The V.
That, yeah. I can't tell them apart right now.
You know, we're starting to see a lot of the V's kind of spinning around here. I'm wondering if the guys are just seeing how long they can take a set of tires on these things.
Absolutely. These are not endurance cars, so I imagine their tire model drops off substantially after about 20 or 30 minutes.
Just by looking at the tread pattern, and then when you sit in the car, you can read Toyo. And so these are a very low tread wear, high grip tire.
Mm-hmm. Well, and because of the nature of those things only weigh 800 pounds, they're not going to be able to substantiate a lot of this.
So the lead is down to 14 seconds here for Brandon after being black flagged for one lap. Has made a comeback. I think he's going to have to pit again, though.
Don't let
There's
him
still
come
15,
back.
15 minutes left, and he's going almost 2 seconds a lap. Actually, a second and a half a lap faster right now.
All right, this is good. Well, so we have done this perfectly.
Yeah, somehow. We'll see after
All
pit
right.
stops.
Absolutely. So my wife sees Sam Elliott roll up on his Harley with the long gray hair, and she says, okay, if your hair looks like that when you get older, I'll allow you to grow it out. And life is good until Sam Elliott does the Hulk movie with Eric Bana, and he's walking around in a suit the whole time with his hair neatly trimmed and his mustache neatly trimmed, looking like Sam Elliott looks. And my wife says, nope, I take it all back. You can't grow your hair out. When it goes all gray, you have to look like him.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pick out another Sam Elliott movie where he might have long hair.
Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider, I think he had longer hair.
Yeah. Well, and now he, of
Harley
course, he's
Davidson
on
and
the
the Marlboro
ranch. He wasn't in Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man. That was Mickey Rourke and
some chat for
Don
me.
Johnson. But he looked kind of silly on purpose in The Big Lebowski. But again, it's the voice. And
He looked very Tombstone-ish in The Big Lebowski.
yeah, now Tombstone, there you go, kind of longer hair. And he was
call.
looking nice and mean. That was a good one.
Plus Kurt Russell.
Oh, absolutely. Another guy that has aged alarmingly well.
Oh, yes.
Actually, when I was growing up, I really liked that movie when it first came out because Kurt Russell's character really reminded me a lot of my dad at that time frame. He's built the same, and my dad's kind of a wilderness guy. And now he looks like a skinny Santa Claus, but back then, that just reminded me of my old man, and so that ended up on my list of top 5 all-time favorite films.
Oh, yeah. Well, then at the same time, though, you probably really enjoyed while it was silly, the sequel to Escape from New York, Escape from L.A., Snake Plissken.
Snake.
Oh, surfing on a...
Oh, no, what's happening here? Oh, ow. That's painful.
Oh, yes.
Try to cut the arm coat. It's boring. Oh, almost cut. Nope.
Another one.
Somebody grabbed that crayon and snapped it in half.
Ooh,
Ouch.
look at that. There we
Got
go.
some air.
And not just surfing. He was surfing with Peter Fonda.
Yeah,
that's-
USA.
As
He's
one
just getting
does on-
chewed up. He's just getting chewed up under that Porsche.
There's a V coming. Oh, nice dodge.
Good one, yes.
Flexes the grippy Converse, makes it around.
It's that flat sole, dude.
It sticks, bro.
Yeah.
Sticks like dicks.
Whoa, boy, look at the crab walk on that. Coming good.
This is great.
But he gets it home. Does he have a fast repair?
Oh, is he?
Wait,
Looks
a
like
fast
it.
repair. Look at that.
That's
That was
it.
fast.
That's that German engineering. You pull a cotter pin and it's fixed.
Yeah.
Craig Fowler saying Escape from LA was filmed in St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis, Craig. Very cool.
Escape from St. Louis.
Yeah, I escaped from St. Louis. It was
probably
great.
not quite as exciting as escape from LA.
I'll tell you, after living there 30 years, it was pretty exciting. I'll be honest with you. North Carolina was a huge upgrade.
See, I was born in a cow town. Literally, there's more cows in my county times about 150, and that's like not even an exaggeration. Whoa, boy!
Ouch.
Oh, Maceman actually lives up to his name.
He's gonna have to tow for that. Yeah,
Yeah, he ain't making that one
That's gonna
home.
cost him. Nope,
he's done.
not with 11 minutes, unfortunately.
Absolute chat for
Goes his
Brandon.
tire.
Boy, I'm not sure if that happened beforehand because he just kind of went straight off, or if he snagged that concrete in the grass there.
I thought I got attacked by. Oh,
Yeah,
Okay,
he was broke ahead of time.
He smacked the V. So
and the V1.
So
Back
don't
the
know.
V and the V.
V1.
it's less fragile than the Skip Barber. I like the V already.
We tested that, and yes, it'll take quite a beating before that thing actually doesn't want to drive right.
And as you're down to the last 10 minutes, I'd like to also point out that the next time the Formula V runs, a Formula VD will be hysterical.
The
That's what you
liveries
guys
are
were-
just
that's what I was
pouring out of
thinking.
it.
Yes.
I was thinking that when you guys were talking about V, I was waiting for somebody to say it.
Now,
Yes,
what's
sir.
also very important with the last 10 minutes is right now, Ron Harrington is the true winner because we picked 9 when we first
That's
started.
right.
We have the Fireball Mazda, number 57.
To those guys that were butthurt about getting black flag didn't even know what the winning position was, so you know.
That's the
on
best
them.
part, where the rules
I was
are made
doing
up.
all of them
score
a
don't
favor,
matter.
trying to knock them down to 9th. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it here first. Mental wants the D.
I love how she thinks that's an insult, but we just spent like 20 minutes talking about Sam Elliott and Kurt Russell. I mean, come on.
Yep, man crush.
Nothing wrong with that.
Totes. Yeah.
I'm down.
Throw Pierce Brosnan in there? Yeah.
Mm.
So I was watching. There's a YouTube channel where it's like Bond Revisited, where they go back and talk about all the movies.
Yes.
I recommend that. I recommend that to. I think it's called a James Bond Revisited or something like that. And they've got every movie and they like talk about everything. But yeah, learned a lot about the Pierce Brosnan 007 movies. Good stuff.
Yeah, he was supposed to be, before they got Timothy Dalton, it was supposed to be him.
Yeah.
And actually, if you look at it through the evolution, it's probably best that it wasn't because
Right.
the Broccoli's were under pressure to kind of make Bond softer. I don't think Timothy Dalton is a bad actor, and I don't think he was a bad Bond. I think he was written. They just wrote him bad Bonds. And so he had to deal with that. And by the time Pierce Brosnan got back around to it, it was back to 007 being 007.
We'd like to
And-
point out that the Camaro is leading overall, by the way. Continue.
By 44 seconds.
Leading
time
for
for back again?
America. Fuck yeah.
Yes. And right up until Craig, the current. Ooh, there we go.
Craig.
My buddy Dustin's hood on his
Yes.
Lemons Honda. But right up until
Daniel Craig.
thank you, Daniel Craig. Pierce Brosnan was my favorite Bond, and yes, over Sean Connery.
Still.
And I get that
Yeah.
is blasphemy, but the reason I liked it is because he was completely politically incorrect in an era when it was not acceptable, and he got away with it.
Yep.
But then Daniel Craig came along and just went back. If you read the actual books, he went back.
Oh my god! Oh god.
What,
that?
what did I? What did?
Is that-
Oh, there it is.
no, boy.
Oh,
Oh, did that V
no.
cause it? Oh, that wheel, it's bugging out. Oh my god.
Yeah. Wheel
Yeah.
temper tantrum. Oh no.
Man.
That's ugh.
We got about 90 seconds to service.
Oh man, this brings me back to
That
the
was
last Sunduro.
that was some Nate on Nate violence.
Yeah. And it was behind the leader 2 laps. Damn it.
Can't we all just nade along?
Can't we, Nate?
Boy, that crash looked pretty Nate.
That one
That
wins.
front wheel is really odd. That's
Yeah.
going to get Bob in trouble on Monday.
Oh,
I need to insert my Bob on Monday picture of Mr. Bean.
All right, I'm gonna drop back in, check my driver. I'll be right back.
Go right ahead. In the meantime, though, do we still think the Camaro needs a penalty now, or what?
It's 41 seconds, not quite a lap.
I don't know. Just the fact that he's in a Camaro beating 5 GT4 cars.
How long has it been since that? How long has it been since that car pitted? Yeah, how long has it been since Aaron has pitted?
25 laps. Let me check the first stint.
He's on the verge then.
So those tires are also Crisco at this.
Yeah, first stint was 30 laps, so he's probably going to have to pit before the end.
Ooh, so no, we're not touching nothing. This is going to be a race.
It'll either be a splash and go, or he'll run out crossing the line. We'll see.
Well, and again, but also tires, because you've noticed that car has gotten slidier and slidier, and he's been adapting to it as a driver. But this is going to be impressive.
Poor V in the background.
Oh yeah, he needs to pit again.
He's squatting pretty hard there.
He did not take the toe, though. He limped it all the way around, so good on him.
Oh, would you look at that? That actually is showing that he's broken the torsion springs in the front end, and it's dragging.
Yeah. I noticed that at the start whenever Frederick wrecked early on.
Yeah, he is totally
that's great.
That's pink and black Jetta action right there.
Betcha. See how the front end is set up now? Yep. Those
in and out. He's out of there. There he goes.
Well, it's like you just had to be a little careful. That's what Nathan told me. But he's back, and we're gonna do the crash fest.
It's
that's why we're
McLaren
here.
On McLaren action right now,
baby.
The Yeet Fest is why we're all here, after all.
Yeah.
Minus 5 minutes and counting.
Last time we were here, we got 2 cars over the bridge, so that's our expectation for tonight.
That's a good goal. If we can get somebody lined up, that's a good goal.
And
No, go for it.
I was gonna say, I proved that street stock's not a good ramp for a McLaren.
Yes, we actually talked about that when that happened. We were watching.
It'll be perfect for the V, though.
Yeah.
So Aaron Smith, it's on you. Don't mess this up. You got to be the ramp at the end.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder what would happen if we faced either the Camaro or the McLaren backwards and then hit it with either the Camaro or the McLaren.
Well, we've only got 1 Camaros, but we've got 2 McLarens.
Sure.
Hello, CJ Plays in the YouTube chat. Welcome.
Hey, CJ.
Good to have you here.
Welcome to the insanity that is Lemons.
Absolutely. And with the 4 minutes we've got left in here, this is an excellent time to remind everyone that what you are seeing on your screen is brought to you everything by a Top Flight computer. So if you find this interesting, check out Top Flight Computers. They do have a gaming package. Also, Bearded Sim Racer Productions. Check him out on YouTube, all your social media. He does this all the time at top levels. It's fascinating stuff that he does. It's great. The Lemons I Suck at Racing League got a couple more left out in this season, and then we'll have our second season of 2021. It's going to be awesome. We've got some great stuff going on. If you have a car, you should look at the Faith Insurance Agency, because yeetage happens. And when it does, Faith Insurance Agency is there to cover you. Finally, Advanced Racing Development, Yokohama Tires, the 24 Hours of Lemons, and everyone's favorite amateur endurance racing podcast, the Everyone Racers.
Good plugs, as always, Mental.
I have a hard time listening to the Everyone Racers podcast because I'm not on it. Like, it would be fun to be part of that.
Oh,
but listening to it is because, like, this is what we're doing now. And, like, usually you guys are... How many have we... What would it take to get every one racer on here at the same time?
So, genuinely... email and text them. Now, they're driving back from New Jersey right now as we speak. Actually, Jeff is already back. He's
F's
at
in
his
chat for
son's
Jeff's
recital.
350Z, I think.
300Z, yes. The
300Z.
leader swap.
300 took a little credit. Yep.
And the Chris and Chrissy are towing the bulletproof Mazda back right now. So it would need to be a not... if it happened, I didn't catch that. I was probably in my garage.
Jeff's Facebook, he said got the frame straightened out enough on the Z to get it on the trailer, but then the axle broke on the Mazda.
Ouch.
And they blew up a backup car that was a neon.
Yes, it was smoking when Jeff got it. There wasn't an oil pressure gauge, so yeah.
I think he said he got like 6 laps in it and then popped the motor. Felt really bad about it.
Well, earlier someone was asking about how many laps. 6, and they were shooting for 8, so it's realistic to try and complete 8 laps.
The Mazda 3 though is Chrissy's personal car. She bought it brand new, and after driving it 260 something thousand miles, they turned it into a race car. And we talk about when you pull the carpet out of a race car or out of any car, you always find all the sticky change in the bottom that is collected over the years. And when they pulled out Chrissy's carpet, it was spotless. They found a paper clip.
Well, damn.
Well, when you see clips of the car, like I watched Jeff's little skit there, and it does not look like it would be a Lemons car. It doesn't look like 250 plus thousand miles. It looks like a well-kept little Japanese car.
Yes, and Chrissy takes care of everything. Everything Chrissy has is clean, well-maintained. Ooh, yet again.
Saw the shit.
Here comes the Camaro. Here comes the Camaro. Be careful with the re-entry there.
Round it goes.
Because that Camaro is out of tires.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
getting a drive through.
30 seconds. What you got? What you got?
We've got a 33.
You'll notice that is markedly slower coming through that corner. He is backing off of it so he doesn't lose it.
Yeah, 4 seconds
Tire
off that
temperature's
lap.
probably way high right now.
Yeah,
Is this what real racing looks like? This is weird.
That's fair.
If we could get a Camaro like this to outrun McLarens, Porsches, and BMWs on a road course, I think there would be a lot of problems popping up.
It would be impressive to watch.
The white flag is down. Here we go. Final lap.
This is it.
Oof.
Yeah.
He is definitely out of tire.
Looks
Just
like
a little
Ron is still
slower.
P9. Very good.
All right.
Stank has got 30 seconds. Can he do it?
Poor Chad.
It's
He's
dropping.
gaining ground. Stank is gaining ground. I can see it.
Yeah. Oh, all right. He's across the line. And the Camaro is just coming into the S's.
It's about half a lap.
He is really dropped pace. I'm wondering if he is low on fuel, because that means
Yeah, we talked
Absolutely
about
low
it.
on fuel. Yes, he is.
Oh, nose.
Clutch in and coast.
The Hesser brothers, they're catching up too.
Oh yeah.
we got one
barely,
more corner. Here comes the straightaway.
barely in the gas. Yeah.
Oh, the Hessers
20
are loud.
seconds.
Oh, he's clutching.
He is clutching. He is clutching. He
That's
is
it.
low on fuel. And
He
here's
made
the
it.
straightaway. He
Oh,
made
God.
it.
Come on.
Stank
Can he take
made
them
up
in?
7 seconds in that lap. 8 seconds. He made up 8 seconds. Oh, man. 8 seconds. Well done.
All
And
right.
he just started early.
All right. Looks like Aaron's winning the
Yeah.
early bird special here.
Yeah.
Where's P9? like
P9, Mr. Harrington.
Ron Harrington.
Yeah.
He's taking it home tonight.
He's well protected. He's got a 2-lap buffer ahead and a 4-lap buffer behind, so it doesn't look like anybody's going to be stealing it from Ron tonight.
All right.
Oh.
Ron and Raj are taking it home.
All right. So back to our thing. While we're prepping up for the Yeet Fest, Bearded, I need you to actually reach out and get Chris and Chrissy to come. They are convinced, and I get it. I'm a large personality and I talk too much. They are convinced that they don't add anything to this, and I told them that they were.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. I told them they were wrong,
Yeah.
but they may not believe me, but they would certainly believe you. So that's what it would take to get all 4 of us back on here.
Oh, death blow.
That's a death.
Look at that. Wheels off, engine cover. That's excellent.
Like how there's Miata tires rolling in the background, and then here comes
just
a V.
random tire rolling away.
Bury that guy in a match.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holy
up to the
Yeah,
roll,
by
up to the roll hoop.
V. Oh.
Whoops, wrong button.
They both work. Let's be real here.
That's a commercial for a good helmet right there.
Yes. Good roll cage.
Oh man,
Oh, God.
Or a commercial for the Faith Insurance Agency.
this is gonna be
That's right.
Bring
This,
it, bring
this
it.
could be our good still
'Cause
shot
life's
for next
gonna
week.
You.
Because
Green on
life.
green
oh.
diamonds.
Oh,
Last
direct
second.
headshot.
Oh,
Driver's dead.
That crayon panics last second.
Yeah. You were killed by a Miata.
Well, thanks, Brian.
You could say that life has yeeted you.
Miata is always the assailant.
Oh!
Boy, those tethers are working hard on that wheel.
Oh,
Boom.
yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't know a Mazda could be a ragdoll.
Let's check out the Isekai, see how it fared.
Yeah, who's coming next? Oh boy!
End of the straight. Oh,
Oh, look at the rear tire, way out of whack.
Oh, he is going to go sideways into the V.
right.
Oh!
Vaporized.
And body parts abound.
Oh, my. Glorious.
Isekai to hit a V into a new dimension.
How much more can this guy take? He's already dead.
It's Nate,
Yeah. I feel like you just got a titanium and carbon fiber enema.
Yeah.
He's still in second with the engine peg. Look at that thing on the red line.
I'm trying to leave. Oh my God, here it comes. I'm trying to go. Come on, go. Oh,
Isekai.
Oh man. You could
He's
even
on
read
the
the helmet.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Boy, there's nothing left in the car.
That was a hell of a drive. We were talking about that. And the last lap alone, you made up almost 9 seconds. So well done.
Watch that over and over again. Oh,
That's a screenshot right there.
It's amazing he had any control. Both of his left tires were gone on that.
Yeah,
Neither one of
he
those was
had
doing
no-
anything.
he had no control. It was just happened to be where he got yeeted to.
Is Isekai the tires
full,
to a
full
new
left
car?
lock and holding full left lock. That's all he's got.
Look at that! Look at that! Oh man!
Just God.
What happened to the Porsche after that?
Yeah, let's see the Porsche next.
Yeah, because he had a tire that went wonky too about that time.
Did he jump the fence?
Okay, here we go.
All right. Just
Little
a little
tap.
bit.
Boom.
Touch.
Loses his 2 tires. Oh, gets the full 180.
Right in the Miata. Oh man.
Miata. That catch fence down there is working overtime tonight.
Oh yeah,
stoppers,
making that
baby.
money.
Tank stoppers.
Coming around.
Cute little poker kiss.
Insert the dog meme with the little boop on the nose.
All right, who's next on this chopping block? Oh, ouch!
Oh, Ron brings it
Ron
in.
coming around.
He dismantled. Oh, he got a couple of cars.
Our real winner
Let's
for
see.
tonight.
All right, what you got?
1. Oh, wow.
Just
He
barely.
threads that needle.
Ooh.
Threads the needle into.
Head bang on the Porsche.
Boy, you see that
And
Kiss hood go flying.
Oh, the Porsche hits him back. It's great.
This is fun.
My favorite part of every Sunday.
Between these two right here. Yeah, I don't want to hit those guys. I want the Porsche.
Boom.
Ow.
Tie rods gone.
Hey, thanks for joining us again, Fred. We look forward to having you back, buddy. Go to bed and get some sleep.
Yes.
Yes. Can't wait to bring you back next time, dude. This is great. Great to have y'all here.
Boy, look at this wrecking yard we got down here in Turn 1.
Oh yeah. Like Dale Jr.'s backyard.
Yeah.
I got a screenshot
Welcome
for
to
Eric there.
Gordon's Youth Yard.
Oh,
Oh.
and that was
He's
easy.
gone.
Whoa. He has
Where-
no wheels. He
It was a magic
has
trick.
Nothing. Through that.
Oh,
wow.
my.
Just,
And that
Holy
crayon's
cow.
getting it
Corkscrew.
outside.
Oh,
oh,
just missed.
Do a barrel roll.
out of the universe.
Tyler did a barrel
To a
roll.
new one.
Yeeted himself into another dimension.
What is
All
the title
right.
all about?
No tires left on the V. That's awesome.
I
There's
think,
no
still
Ripley
heroes.
left on the V.
I think he went plaid.
He's just gone.
Oh, here we go. All right, so Chad
Boing.
trying to play catch up here. There's nothing left to hit. Where does he go?
Oh, the other
I
V moved
was
out of the
aiming
way.
for
That's
moved
some air.
out of the
He
way.
The other V
That's
moved.
awful.
Whiff.
Good. But he gets some air. He got some air. That's still fun.
Oh. Somebody found reverse in their one attached drive wheel.
Hey,
Here
there's
comes,
still
here
a
comes
gear.
another
comes
V.
another one.
Here comes another V. Oh.
Promotion.
Oh, he slowed down.
Come on.
And he,
Is he
and
braking?
just stopped.
I think he's
Yeah, he
stopping.
stopped.
What is this?
He's
Is
going
this?
This is your
Going to
shoe,
hit.
mental.
Is he out of gas?
Oops.
No, he pitted and then came out.
Oh. That's
And now he's gonna-
dedication.
There we go.
Another kiss.
Get out of my way. I'm going to go yeet something.
We still got a three-wheeler going here now.
That's dedication.
Oh. He's late to the party.
An ass.
Now he's hunting. Oh, bummer. Oh, the Freshmakers is still kicking around after people start exiting out. They've still got something left.
I think he was pinned down that whole time. It looks like he's trying to go, but he couldn't get
Yeah,
it. Wearing on him.
Wiggling his
Shake that
tail.
ass. Shake that ass.
Shake that ass. Wash your tail. Shake that ass. Show me what you're working with. Yeah!
I'm only working with 40 horsepower.
Woo! Woo! If you follow Fat Crack Racing on Instagram, every now and again they'll just dig up an obscure Rick where he never fails to use woo.
Man, this is great. He's getting a massage.
Wiggling.
So this brought to you by iRacing Safety Tools and Inky Wheels.
Happy birthday, David.
Yeah. Yep. So everyone else exit out, and David
No
is
steering.
Finally.
No steering.
Freedom.
Freedom. Gonna let you down, freedom.
Oh,
He's
this,
only got backwards.
it's like one of those RC cars I had as a kid, but
Yep.
all you do is
It
roll
only
it backward.
turns
Only
backing
turns
up.
in reverse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was always that one like obscure ant who didn't understand that you needed the full directional control. Yeah.
How many
very
people-
polite.
How many people tore those apart just to use the motors on something that was actually entertaining?
Yeah. Oh, this has been a blast. Bearded
Yes.
Sim Racer, thank you so much for hosting this
Yes.
and us.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Slavine, for putting this together. We are wrapping up the season. Next Sunday, I believe we're going to be back here. Same bat time, same bat channel, and it is going to be Trash, Sprints, and Gladiator, which is a lot more of this and a lot less of the actually really good, clean racing we saw this entire time. A lot more smashy smash, so it should be a blast. So if you enjoyed this, come on in. If you didn't enjoy the last 5 minutes of it, then you should definitely be following Bearded Sim Racer because he has real racing all week long. It is fantastic. Yokohama Tires, Advanced Racing Development, Faith Insurance Agency, and the 24 Hours of Lemons for sponsoring all of this. This has been so much fun.
An absolute blast to race in, too.
And thanks
Hey,
to
what's up,
Lily
Hex?
Bell for dropping in.
Yes, thanks, Lily Bell. Even though you're moving on to the next phase of your career, hope you'll drop in every now and again and say hi.
I think it's a different VTuber actually that's
That's
moving
different,
on.
yeah.
There's a few different VTubers there, yeah.
Multiple VTubers.
Lily Bell is not on my car like that.
Lily Bell's the normal one. The other one was one that's moving on.
Aha, never mind.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's Coco. Coco's the one who's graduating.
All right. In my defense, I'm really old, so yeah.
All right.
Me too.
And he is a little mental, too.
Yes. Yes.
You know, a lot of my friends, when I describe what we do here at Lemons, especially the iRacing part, because that's the part that I get to enjoy out here in the sticks, if I describe mental, I say, this is his name and this is his last name, which is why we call him Mental, because it ties into his last name. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, that's a funny pun. And I'm like, yeah, he's also a Lemons judge, which makes him judgmental. Yes. And it just, the people that I get with that, they just fall over dead. And it's wonderful, because that right there, that is Lemons. That's what we do.
And still, at every weekend so far this year, at least one person, usually a veteran who's been around for a while, says something along the terms of judgmental, and then they stop and go, oh, I just got that.
Wah, 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 wah.
My next race, I'll be at Autobahn in Joliet with Eric Root. That is going to be a fantastic time. It's a great track. And we believe by that time we should be back to allowing spectators. So come on by, check it out. It's going to be a blast.
Ooh, I'm excited. I might try that.
Well, hey, if you're coming through I-80 Mental, give me a screen before you get to Omaha. Stop by and say hi real quick.
Omaha.
I would love to. I will be flying into Chicago and then
hashtag flyover state. Golly.
I know. I don't have that kind of time.
Just gotta leave out. You just gotta leave out like a big message in the dirt.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll go in a field and say hi, Mental.
To that end, though, I might end up there in July or August. My wife will be up there for a bit, and she's debating about whether or not she wants to go to a reunion. And if she does, I'll stop by, and we should definitely meet up.
Absolutely. We got Andrew Pullman here lives in town too, and we can just have like a little fun little Lemons gathering here.
Absolutely. We'll all.
Look at that.
Maria's in Ralston. Maria's Mexican restaurant. Oh, that is. Hold on. Back it up.
Oh my.
Now, slow, like one frame at a time. Little less, little more, little more, little more as the hood falls down. Stop right there.
Screenshot.
Yeah. There, that's the one.
That's
right
it.
That's the thumbnail.
With the hood up, the McLaren on top of a V, that is excellent.
Look at the angle of the tires on the Porsche. It's like a tired cartoon car.
Yeah. Like
it's dance, bro.
It's the DeLorean time machine about to take off.
We don't need no
capacitors. There's a couple of flux capacitors right there.
There you go.
Great, good times.
I was gonna say, if you're driving through Chicago and made your way through 55 North, I could at least wave at you.
There you go. Or honestly, it's 45 minutes to Joliet. Just come down and watch a race.
Oh,
I have the money and time. I'm working 6 days a week now.
I'll say, the time I can't help you with. The money, dude, we'll get you in. Just come by and say hi. Well, one of the actual Lemons teams will add you on as one of their pit crew. It'll be great.
They'll be like, no, let that guy in. He's okay.
So watch the tire. It hits the tank stopper and then flies right back at us.
Oh boy, that angle comes straight back.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's like 30 yards on that tire.
This year's damage model is a ton of fun.
It really is.
Yeah, the replay value is just excellent. His hood flies off, and his bumper is stuck in the hood of the Porsche.
I wish we could put a camera on the tire.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I know there's like a front and rear suspension stuff. That's kind of close.
Well, looks like we're going to put us something in the iRacing suggestion box. We'd like cameras we can tether to any body part.
Yes. Oh, speaking of, did you know the Formula V template has a GoPro?
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's on the upper left corner.
Yeah, like on the roll bar, right?
Yeah, I guess that's where it's supposed to go. Yeah, you see GoPro Hero 8 or whatever on there.
That's hilarious.
Well,
it's clearly been snapped off of all these cars, but
keep
an eye out for it.
Now that she says it, you could see it. It's right there.
You can see it right there on the corner of the bar there.
Oh, those GoPros are sturdy.
They've survived lava. That's been tested.
I always love watching the ones where like they fall off a skydiver or something, and you just see skyground, and then they fast forward to someone walking up and looking at it and then picking it up.
You're like, we'll dust that off and do it again.
Yeah.
God, Tyler really saved this race for us. I'm not gonna lie.
Look at this. Oh.
Yes, corkscrew and
I thought the V got vaporized when the McLaren hit it, but man,
I know.
This is glorious.
That is just nothing but, air, oil-cooled pistons and pink mist at that point.
He let out the magic smoke at the very end too. Nicely done.
Yeah, that's the magic of Isekai. And once my car touches a car and you touch that car, you get Isekai too.
You just pass it off. Just pass it off.
Yep.
Yeah.
What a lovely bit of carnage on a Sunday evening.
This is fantastic. Best deedage I've seen yet.
I feel energized to face my week.
Right?
Are you going to be joining us for a little E1R tomorrow night then?
Absolutely. Not only I'm going to be joining us, in fact, as soon as I log off here, I'm going to build that race. It is going to be, the first race will be all Formula Vs. So if you're interested and you're still watching this, drop on in. Formula V is a free car. We're going back to New Jersey.
All right.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. And so we'll do 2 races, 9 o'clock Eastern, 10 p.m. And then keep joining us because we always use our E1R races as practice for the 24 Hours of Lemons I Suck at Racing League. So it's a good way to kind of learn the track and get a feel for your car. And then also just act like you're 12 years old again. That's what we do.
Hashtag trash talk.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'll be there.
All right, fantastic. So I look forward to seeing everybody. And again, thanks to the Bearded Sim Race for hosting us. Thanks to Top Flight Computers, Yokohama Tires, the Faith Insurance Agency, Advanced Racing Development, and the 24 Hours of Lemons. This has been a fantastic time. I'm so glad to be here. Thanks to everyone who joined us in the booth as well.
Thanks for having me here.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure.
Shout out to our winner, Ron Harrington, tonight, coming home P9.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be back next week. Let me see what we're doing next week. We are scrolling.
I believe it is Trash, Brent, and Gladiator.
Hey, here we go. Sunduro, Lime Rock, Trash Sprints, and Roller Derby. Oh, we're doing the Roller Derby again with the slow car and the fast car.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
Yes, that is the best. That is one of the greatest additions that Nathan has brought to this racing league is the Roller Derby. It is so much fun.
Oh, that went over like a stick of dynamite last time. Everybody loved it.
I'm so pumped. I can't wait. Holy shit. Cannot wait.
Maybe I'll come back, and maybe the Iron Dilly will be back too.
There you go.
There we go.
Bring back the Iron Dilly, you bet.
Totally.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out in the booth tonight. Appreciate all of you. Thank you, everybody out there, for watching. And yeah, anybody else wants to say anything, go for it. Otherwise, we'll be back next week. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And check out the Everyone Racers race going on tomorrow.
Yep.
This has been a Bearded Sim Racer production. Thank you for tuning in.